be an absolute cracker. Kilmarnock against Dundee United with Rory Loy and Stuart Mitchell.
Thank you very much, Kenny. The teams have just appeared from the Rugby Park tunnel. Kilmarnock in their home kit of blue and white with the white shorts and the white socks. Dundee United now making their way down the Kilmarnock line of players wearing their traditional colours of the tangerine tops, the black shorts with tangerine trim and tangerine socks. And now the Kilmarnock players will shake hands with the referee and assistants. It's a very, very important game for both teams who want to respond from defeats last weekend. Kilmarnock 3-2 defeat at Tynecastle against Heart of Midlothian. We've already heard of the impact they've had on the score sheet in the Scottish Premiership at Dens Park this afternoon. A couple of changes made by Derek McInnes in that one showed positivity. Danny Armstrong with flashes of his usual quality, trying to get Kilmarnock a point to take away from the capital, but unable to do so. Bobby Wales a scorer in that one, and he will be looking to keep up his form in front of the Kilmarnock fans. Dundee United were defeated at Tannadice on Sunday in the Premiership by Rangers by 3-1. Dundee United actually opened the scoring through Sam Dalby, who looked back to his regular self after the news that he will be remaining at Dundee United on loan this season from his parent club Wrexham. There's a bit of uncertainty there, and over the last couple of weeks it did seem to play a little bit of a mental part on the hitman, but he shook that off quickly last Sunday, but was unable to get Jim Goodwin's side any points from that home fixture. Dundee United are about to get us underway. They will take kick-off and will be shooting from left to right from our position in the main stand. Kilmarnock going from right to left. And Vichko Chevai gets the ball rolling back to Kevin Holt, goes for the big diagonal forward, and it drops to Sam Dalby. His touch off the strain as he tries to dagger it forward towards the Kilmarnock penalty area, and it's out for a throw-in just a couple of yards out from being in line with the Kilmarnock penalty area. And the option is going to be a familiar Dundee United long throw as Will Ferry makes his way over from the left side to the right, and the penalty area is packed full of both colours. It's launched into the sky, dropping into the 6-yard box, and it's touched past the post, and that was a big chance for Dundee United early in this one. Sam Dalby was making his way into the 6-yard area through a cluster of bodies and just stabs it wide of a Harris goal, and with not even a minute on the clock, still Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0 here at Rugby Park. Joining me in co-commentary tonight, Rory Loy. Rory, good movement from Dalby there in the 6-yard area to get onto the ball, but couldn't get it on target.
No, he couldn't. And I've mentioned before the game that Dundee United are a good side to watch, but they don't mess around from throw-ins. Will Ferry's got a long throw, he launches it in. I don't actually know how much Sam Dalby knows about it. I think it just kind of hits off him, but it very, very nearly nestles in the bottom corner, and it would have been a great start for Dundee United.
And it's the away side who have a free kick, with Declan Gallagher taking it quickly, and he'll aim for Dalby, who's on the corner of that Kilmarnock penalty area, and it's headed away. And now Bobby Wales will try and sweep up possession for Kilmarnock. He was nudged off the ball. Derek McInnes not happy, but no free kick coming for the home side. Strain inside Kilmarnock's half, back across the halfway line. Looks for Jack Walton, the goalkeeper. Out for Kevin Holt now. He takes his place in that Dundee United back three, which turns into a back five when required. Walton fires up towards the halfway line. It's over the head of Payton. Drops into the middle. Gallagher's there with a big shout to header it forward, powered towards Payton. Kilmarnock just looking to get some possession as David Watson hooks the ball forward to give the forward players something to chase. Holt sweeps up, but the Dundee United goalkeeper sends it out into the stand. Kilmarnock throw.
Not a bad run from Bobby Wales. Works the channels well. Watched him last week at Tynecastle. What a finish from the young man. Right on the volley from his strike partner Mally Watkins. Found him well in the box, and he thumped it home.
There's more talk about a possible pre-contract for Bobby Wales, with a number of EFL clubs interested after his goals at Celtic Park in the Scottish Cup and against Hearts in the league last weekend. As the long throw comes in, Dundee United managed to get ahead to it and cleared away by Ferry, but there's no forward players for the away side, so it's easily taken by the Kilmarnock defence. There's a forward line of five still waiting in the blue and white. It drops. That's good, tidy play. McGuinness touched out wide for Fraser Murray. He'll look to take on strain. He's forced in field, so he'll use McGuinness again. Forward ball for Wales. Tried to hook it round Adebayoga, but it breaks to Alan Campbell, who has a touch for Dundee United and rolls it for Dalby. On the right side of the pitch, moving forward. Has 3 options ahead. On the left foot, finds Payton. A couple of players come out to meet him at his back. Holt steps up to support. Dundee United shooting from left to right. Ferry asks for an option, rolls it towards the edge of the area. Stevenson leaves it, Dalby takes. It's a good sliding tackle. The referee has a look and is happy for play to continue. So Kilmarnock will now move away with the ball. Fraser Murray there to offer support with the rolled down socks, the traditional look for the purists that they'll love to see of former days. And the red boots. Dundee United now tidy up possession with Walton, the goalkeeper, who's standing to the penalty box on our left from the main stand in front of the travelling support. There's all yellow goalkeeper kit. The diagonal sent to the far side. Armstrong wins the header, gets it down for Watson, nudge in the back by Vichko Chevy, and it will be a Kilmarnock free kick with just over 4 minutes on the clock. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0.
A little bit scrappy so far, very direct, both sides. No one's really took control of the game, but that can often happen in the first 5 minutes. I'm sure things will settle down.
David Dickinson is the match referee. We'll just run through the teams shortly while Corey Ndaba stands on the ball for Kilmarnock. Armstrong will switch it back to this near side in front of the 2 technical areas, and Ndaba takes the touch with the black boots on the left side. Forward for Wales. He tried to make something happen, but Dundee United charge at the ball, and the ball is now out of play. The last touch from Emmanuel Adebayoga. Ndaba takes for Kilmarnock and gets the pass off the right boot. He didn't catch it quite as much as he wanted to, but it fell to a teammate. Dalby now gets his body in the way to take possession for Dundee United. They have a throw-in just in front of Derek McInnes' technical area. And Rory, there's already pressure on Kilmarnock because they want to move away from that 11th spot down the bottom of the Scottish Premiership table. They're only a few points away from hitting the top 6 when you look at the points tally, but the position itself can bring pressure on a team and the players because you don't want to be down there, especially when you're the second half of the season after the new year.
No, you don't, but I certainly don't think that Derek McInnes will be in that mindset. As I said before the game, I think he'd be quite happy and quite content that St Mirren lost to St Johnstone today. It brings Mirren closer to them. They can go within a few points of them with a win, and they can go within 3 of the top 6. Motherwell play Celtic tomorrow. I think he'll be quite happy with the way the pack's bunched up, and he'll believe in his team. They can go and do the business tonight, and over the course of the season be right up there, 11th at the moment, but it only takes a couple of wins to be near that top 6, and the next couple of fixtures are winnable. So yeah, I don't think he'll be in that mindset. I don't genuinely believe he'll let his players be in that mindset either.
Speaking before the match, he's been talking about this is the time to perform for his side now as Adebayoga swings the ball into the Kilmarnock penalty area, but there's no takers as Payton and Dalby look to get there, but we're too far away to get anywhere near the ball. So goal kick to Kilmarnock, and back onto the points made by Derek McInnes. He knows what the form could be like at Rugby Park for his players and his team. He's had injury issues, suspension issues through the season as well. He would like to get a couple in before the transfer window closing on Monday if possible, but he's happy to see the return of Brad Lyons into his starting lineup tonight. Kilmarnock making 3 changes with David Watson, Brad Lyons and Danny Armstrong coming into the side. They were defeated 3-2 by Hearts last weekend. Dees, Ramsey and Polworth, the players dropping out. And Dundee United 2 switches if you're joining us late in this one, which we'll get back to in a second as Kilmarnock go on the attack after the goal kick. Here's David Watson, right side of the penalty area, look to get it across. Chevy blocks, Campbell sweeps up in the penalty area, and Chevy will slash the ball clear up towards Payton. Kilmarnock will tidy it up again. There's an opportunity here just as we approach the 8th minute of the match for Kilmarnock to try and impose themselves with a bit of possession. Long ball forward again, headed away by Kevin Holt of Dundee United. Payton looks to get there, goes charging with the defender. Kilmarnock fans ask for the free kick, and the referee David Dickinson takes a moment and doesn't see much advantage, so will offer the free kick to the home side with 7.5 minutes on the clock. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0.
Yeah, it was a foul, I thought, so good refereeing, let the game go and then pull it back. You asked the question, Stuart, to Derek McInnes about last week at Tynecastle. He said David Watson's been brought in today to make those runs beyond the Dundee United defence, and that was an example of it there. He gets Kilmarnock up the pitch, and on the second ball they end up winning a free kick in a good area.
So it's over on that far side. about the midway point of the Dundee United half. Fraser Murray takes, loops it in, Gallagher gets the head away, it drops in the edge of the area, back out to that wide position. It's Armstrong now, bearing down on the penalty area. They can't get it past the defender Ferry, and the last touch comes off Danny Armstrong and goes out for the Dundee United goal kick. But that's exactly what Derek McInnes will want to see from Kilmarnock, as he pointed in the interview that he spoke with us early on BBC Radio Scotland, Rory. He thinks Dundee United might give up those wide areas when they play that back five, with Strain and Ferry being quite attacking. So Danny Armstrong's return, he was good at Tynecastle last weekend when he came on, but he could be really key tonight for the home side.
Yeah, and that's obviously an area of strength for Kilmarnock, those wider areas. Fraser Murray was excellent last week, and Danny Armstrong's capable. He ran past Rory Payton a little bit too easily there, but that's maybe the forward player in Rory Payton, not knowing how to stand up in a 1v1. He couldn't get the better of the next one though, and the ball ricochets off him for a goal kick, which is frustrating. But yeah, you're right, if Strain does push forward, if Ferry does push forward, does give up those wide areas, Kilmarnock need to take advantage of that.
The referee not happy with the position Ryan Strain's taking up for the throw-in. He asks him to get back with a couple of blows on the whistle. Ball goes forward and Kyle McGuinness can't get that one under control, so it's out for Dundee United throw-in. And now in the midway point in the Kilmarnock half. A touch from Dalby, looking to return to the on-rushing Strain. It's too heavy, and it'll go out for a Kilmarnock throw now, with Corey Ndaba ready to take, just in line with the Kilmarnock penalty area on this near side. He aims past Murray, looks towards Wales. Dundee United get the ball back close. Strain for Dalby, gets the flick on. Payton isn't close to it though, so it's cleared away by Kelly. Strain turns left, turns right, but can't find a Dundee United player with the pass. Marley Watkins intervenes and intercepts. There's Armstrong. Quick flowing move here from Kilmarnock out wide for Murray. He's up against Strain, he gets the touch but can't use his strength to get past the Dundee United defender. Takes the ball onto the touchline and uses Stevenson, and then Chevy trying to get the quick pass back to Adebayoga. He's not happy with the power on it from Stevenson, and he will concede the first corner of the match in Kilmarnock's direction. 10 minutes on the clock. Kelly nil, Dundee United nil.
Yeah, listen, I don't mind that, trying to play out from the back. It's just the actual technique there that was a bit off from Svelgen. It ends up out the pitch. Dundee United giving up a cheap corner. Jim Goodwin wasn't too pleased with it.
Armstrong to take. Outswinger left-footed to the front post. That's headed up into the 6-yard area. It drops to Ndaba. He goes right-footed and doesn't catch it. It's in the sky again. Strain looking to defend the 6-yard area. Ferry gets more on it and takes it out of the penalty area. Kilmarnock can't recycle it through Armstrong, with Dundee United charging at it in their tangerine. Out for Murray. Murray forward.
Well played.
It's a good ball out wide from Wales. The cross comes in, and there's the touch, and it's pushed away by Walton round the post. It's another Kilmarnock flowing attack, and it was so similar to the one at Tynecastle that Bobby Wales scored from last week against Hearts, but that time the Dundee United goalkeeper was strong to it and pushes it away for another Kilmarnock corner. Kelly nil, United nil.
Yeah, it was a really good move. They moved the ball across the pitch from left to right, and they feed it inside and then back out wide again. One thing I will say is, I think Jim Goodwin will be okay at times giving up the wide areas, because you look at their back three, they're big lads: Declan Gallagher, Kevin Holt and Adebayoga. So the timing of the runs is crucial.
Corner from that far side, right-footed outswinger. It doesn't beat the man at the front post though. Headed back in by Armstrong, and the Kelly player goes down in the 6-yard area. But the referee, David Dickinson, shakes his head. He's not interested from the home fans' claims, and Dundee United will roll out through Walton for Gallagher. Stevenson on the attack for Dundee United. Payton now on the right side of the penalty area, has plenty in support, stabs it through for Dalby, gets to the byline, cut back for Stevenson. Now he goes down in the penalty area, and Kilmarnock clear it away. Adebayoga takes the touch with the left foot. Chevy sweeps up, and Holt will just calm things down with that comfortable cushion pass across to his other defensive partner, Declan Gallagher, who wears the armband for Dundee United. Holt on the halfway line now at Rugby Park. Strain for Dalby, who drops into that space between the midfield and the attack, but Dundee United still can't get it forward, and will go back the way to try and make something happen and keep a hold of possession. Gallagher looks out to the wide area. Dalby's making the run, but there's a lot of power on that pass from Gallagher. Kilmarnock's defence sweep it up and send it right back to where it came from. Watkins there tries to hold, had Gallagher at his back, and his strength manages to win Dundee United possession once again.
Yeah, well, they're playing with two up, Payton and Dalby. So Dalby's actually been asked to do the channels, and by that I mean, you know, he's up against Ndaba. Normally wants to pin Ndaba, take the ball in, but he's been asked to kind of run the channels and spin in behind and run onto things, which he doesn't look comfortable with. We see him there winning a header and a flick on, which is what he's kind of prime at. But you know, you have to do that in a two because the other striker gets in the box. So you know, he's going to need to do that for the team in this new setup.
Here's Payton taking it just outside of the centre circle in Kilmarnock's side of the table. Kevin Holt has plenty of space to drive forward. Low pass, Payton gets the touch with the outside of the right foot. David Watson's there to try and defend. Holt sticks his head in, wins the ball back, and that's good defending. The ball will trickle away. Dundee United think they've got a corner, but the flag is up by the assistant on this near side touchline, and it will remain Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0. Home side free kick with 13.5 minutes played. David Dickinson is just stopping the play. There's a possible possible penalty here. VAR are checking for a handball. There wasn't many claims when we were watching the play unfold, Rory, over on that far side of the penalty area. A couple of the players looked quite bemused. Jim Goodwin's just asking the question of the fourth official, who's calling Stephen, but certainly enough for the game to be stopped. And confirmation that play can now continue with the free kick for Kieran O'Hara to take. The decision from VAR is no penalty. Approaching 15 minutes on the clock. O'Hara gets the ball high and long up to the Killie attack. Ichko Shavai tries to battle. Adebayoga hooks it up into the sky. There's a free kick awarded for Kilmarnock again. So United showing the strength, but Kilmarnock are getting their body in the way to try and keep a hold of the ball, and it's frustrating the away side a little at the moment. Jim Goodwin's just stepped out of his technical area and asking a question of a couple of his players. Fraser Murray will go over to join Danny Armstrong over the free kick on the far side. It's a bit more central from their previous one that caused a little bit of trouble earlier. Dundee United have a two-man wall there. Defensive line stands on the edge of the D. Armstrong takes it short in field for McGuinness. He'll return it back out wide, and it just means players start to scatter across the penalty area. Armstrong takes it forward, gets the crossover. It's headed away by Stevenson, but again Dundee United have everyone back defending their penalty area from those Kilmarnock set pieces. Diagonal out to this wide side. Wales brings the ball down in the chest and Daba runs onto it. Stephen does well, showing his strength, the on loan Liverpool man at Dundee United, but Chevey is dispossessed. Watkins looks for Armstrong. Ferry manages to rush in as he's aware of the pass that was about to be made. It's a little bit sloppy from both teams as it stands, neither really taking a hold of possession. Dundee United have it now through Emmanuel Adebayoga. 60 minutes on the clock. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0.
Yeah, I just wondered there was an opportunity to put it in the box. I just wonder, as I said, because the back three of Dundee United, then you bring Sam Dalby back for set plays. You know, they're big team, Dundee United. Just wonder if Kilmarnock feel they need to try and work the ball into wider areas to get maybe a cutback or a flash across the goal, rather than it just being lobbed into the box, because I think 9 times out of 10 that's meat and drink for those three centre-backs.
Strain has the throw in midway point of the Kilmarnock half, gets a return from Stevenson and looks back to the halfway line for Declan Gallagher. Now rolls to Kevin Holt, looking to attack on the left side. Ferry's made his way forward, as he so often likes to do. He's been another brilliant piece of recruitment from United this season. Adebayoga takes, has it central, drives towards goal, and he drags it wide of the left post, but Emmanuel Adebayoga had enough space to step forward there, but also enough space to think about the shot, take the shot. There was a clear route through to goal, but he couldn't find the target. Kieran O'Hara untroubled, but that's something Kilmarnock's defence won't want to give up too much in this game.
Well, you know, you say defence, it was actually Marley Watkins, because he's in the middle of the pitch and he's looking at the ball. He's got to look behind him, and Derek McInnes is saying that to him. Adebayoga steps into the space. Marley Watkins has got to recognise that by, you know, his body being open, so he can see that and, you know, block that pass from happening. He doesn't do it, and Adebayoga gets a lot of joy and room in the middle of the pitch, but he drags his shot.
Kilmarnock throw now just in Dundee United's half. Forward for Wales, gets the header on it, looking to feed Watkins, who does well to get in front of Adebayoga. The last touch off the Dundee United man. Well, Marley Watkins certainly thought so. He thought he had his side Kilmarnock a throw in, but the referees changed the decision. Dundee United now have it Gallagher aware there's no one around, so he'll bullet that into the penalty box for Jack Walton to take on his left foot, and gives it to Kevin Holt. Forward to Dalby, gets another flick on. He's won a few of those in the first 18 minutes of this game, but it doesn't create anything as Kilmarnock take possession now through Kyle McGuinness, former Hibs man, rolls infield for Brad Lyons. Now here's Mayo. He gets that one all wrong under pressure from Alan Campbell, who's just driving forward to give the Kilmarnock man something to think about.
Yeah, he was quick on the press there, wasn't he? He recognised straight away that Lewis Mayo may not be comfortable. Put him under pressure. He shells it out the pitch, Lewis Mayo.
Strain has the throw, still just inside the Dundee United half. The closest to him is Fraser Murray, so he's looking for an option to throw it to. No one offering, so he'll go long. Hits Dalby, gets the flick on. Payton wants to chase, but he's in a tussle with Mayo. And now Kilmarnock have the ball through Brad Lyons, runs into Stevenson of the away side. Strain switches it to the far wing. Danny Armstrong does superbly to cut in there, and he gets the ball away from the unpressing Kevin Holt. Space opening up for Armstrong, thinks about it on the left foot, takes it wider and scoops it over the crossbar. But the Kilmarnock supporters, encouraged by the drive and enthusiasm from Danny Armstrong, they're delighted to see him back in the starting lineup at home this week. But could he have hit that one a bit earlier, Rory Lloyd?
Yeah, I think so. I think he pushes it one too many. He looks up, he sees Adabiega, and he thinks, you know, I need to get a better angle on this. Can't quite wrap his foot round it because it was quite a tight angle in the end, but he does really well initially. Reads the play, nicks the ball, and then flips it round Will Ferry before driving forward. But I do agree, Stuart, I think he should have shot earlier.
There looked to be space, but he maybe just second guessed himself, Danny Armstrong. He's still looking for his first goal in the Premiership this season.
Is that right? I would never have thought that.
Maybe made me guess my stats there, Rory. I'll need to double check that one now that you've said that. But you're right, it's one of those stats. He's such a creator, but you also expect him to pop up the goals.
You would just assume that this stage in the season he would have. I know Matty Kennedy, who they're missing greatly, has got a few big important goals, but I know he's not scored many, but I thought he'd had at least one. It's quite surprising.
Got red cheeks that are warming me up now, so I'm hoping that both Danny and Derek won't be coming after me if they hear about that one.
I'm sure you're right, Stuart.
Dundee United moving forward. Vichko Shivai, space opening up on the left side. Ferry takes, driving into the area, and I don't know if that was an attempted cross or a shot. He has a look at the surface, but he blazes it high over Kieran O'Hara's crossbar. He had three options moving in there. Stevenson, Payton and Dalby were all arriving just past the penalty spot, but opportunity goes past, and with 20.5 minutes on the clock, it's still Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0 at Rugby Park.
I've not seen a lot of Dundee United recently, but I watched them an awful lot in the early part of the season, and one thing about Will Ferry is he can be erratic. He's head in his hands at the moment, he's disappointed. He can be erratic from cross balls, but when he gets it right, he puts a real mean ball into the box. But on that occasion, it was one of his poorer ones, and it went flying over the bar.
Goal kick taken up towards Wales, trying the touch towards Watkins, who, as you'll know if you've watched Marley Watkins play, he doesn't give it up, and he goes charging at Jack Walton and forces the Dundee United goalkeeper to put his kick out of play. Kilmarnock throw midway point of the Dundee United half, just in front of our commentary position in the main stand. Remember, Kilmarnock, the home side, are shooting from right to left and towards the Chadwick stand, which holds the Dundee United supporters who filled that top half of the stand. Dundee United in possession now as Vichko Shivai sends that one forward towards the Moffat stand, where there's a bit of a miscommunication between Joe Wright and Kieran O'Hara, but the Kelly goalkeeper in his full navy blue goalkeeper kit can run back and get the ball at the side of the 6-yard area and put it back out to that wide right side. Watson won't give it up, but Stevenson will sweep up the loose ball in the midfield. No one really still taking a grip of this game between the two teams. Declan Gallagher has the ball now for Alan Campbell, lifts it high looking for Adabiega, but that's a risky one, and Kyle McGuinness just couldn't get there, as you can hear the groan collective from the Kelly crowd.
I don't like talking about the pitch, I really don't, but if it's relevant you have to talk about it. And there's a few occasions Alan Campbell's pass, isn't helped by the pitch, then the bounce isn't great, and I think it is affecting the game ever so slightly in terms of the way the ball's bounced a few times, because they have been quite direct, as we see another long ball from Declan Gallagher
He's looking for Ferry. That's a lovely touch under pressure on the left side of the penalty box, and he's away from Armstrong brilliantly. Can he get a cut back? He lifts it, and the recovery from Danny Armstrong is equally as good as the skill from Will Ferry, because that was dangerous. He concedes a corner which Dundee United will take on the top right arc of the pitch, but lovely skill from Ferry, lovely recovery from Armstrong, Rory.
Yeah, it was a lovely drop of the shoulder, sold Danny Armstrong an absolute peach, and then spun. Armstrong does well to recover. Be interesting. Kilmarnock have lost sloppy goals from set plays this season. Dundee United are very dangerous from set plays with the big bodies that I've already spoken about. So first corner, be interesting to see how it goes.
There's a chain of Tangerine at the back post. They'll make the move to the front now. In swing or dropping on top of O'Hara, gets a right hand to it, and a strong one at that. Kilmarnock don't move from their position, and it allows Lucas Stevenson all the time in the world to collect the ball on the near right side. Chevy heads towards the back post. It's headed out by Wales, and now Dundee United are pressed right up around that Kilmarnock penalty area. Alan Campbell collects, looks to the centre circle. Ferry stands inside the Kilmarnock side of it. Holt with the flick on Adebayoga, makes the move forward, the cut back, flag stays down, and there's a shot from Payton, blocked in the 6-yard box, and Daba manages to get it clear. Derek McInnes has went charging out of his technical area, asking why there's no flag from the assistant. It stayed down. Kilmarnock paused, not from the first phase but from the second phase as well, and they're lucky to survive that, with Dundee United having a couple of sniffs at it inside the penalty area. Kilmarnock nil, Dundee United nil, 24 played.
Yeah, I don't know whether Derek McInnes is having a go at the lines with his own players. Joe Wright's got his arms in there as well. Joe Wright drops far too quickly, in my opinion, because the ball comes in, and you know the rest of the defensive line is holding a good line. It's flicked on by Kevin Holt, and Joe Wright drops, and that's why, in my opinion, I think Adebayoga's onside.
Ferry fires with the throw, and Daba heads it away strongly, and Dundee United can't work something out between Strain and Ferry. So Kilmarnock will have the throw now. And just touching on Rory's point there about Derek McInnes, he definitely did have a go at his own players there, because he was screaming at the defence. He's doing so again, a little bit of organisation, the finger pointing across the pitch. Marley Watkins looks to get in front of Adebayoga from the throw-in. It's up towards Dalby now for Dundee United. McGuinness, brave with the header, nods it down for Mayo. Gallagher across for Holt. Dundee United, are they just starting to get a grip of the game? Jim Goodwin's side have taken a bit of confidence from these previous phases in attack, but Rory Payton can't find Will Ferry with a pass, because the left wing back of Dundee United loves to get forward, and he'd already made a couple of steps towards that while Payton had his head down. So Kilmarnock now have what could be a dangerous throw in the midway point of Dundee United's half. It's just right in front of the scoreboard, and there's a question from Armstrong and whether he will try and pack the penalty area for a long throw. He goes up against the advertising boards, runs to the white paint, launches it in. Holt gets the header first, but it goes back the way. Murray goes down in the box. Kilmarnock still look to make something of it. Adebayoga will watch that go bouncing over the byline and out for a Dundee United goal kick. But it's a very interesting one here as we're just over the 25-minute mark. Both teams kind of cancelling each other out so far. It has been a little bit end-to-end with the direct long balls forward at times. There hasn't been a great deal of clear-cut chances, but Jack Walton has been forced into a save, and he may be here again as Watkins jumps, gets the header down to Wales. He'll now play it off to Murray and make his way to the penalty spot. Murray looks for the cutback, but only finds Stevenson and Tangerine. Adebayoga now with the right foot curls infield towards the centre spot, and then Brad Lyons is there to get the touch, but he can't gather as he slips. Dalby gets it out to Ferry now left side, and there's David Watson pushing back and gets him in the way of Will Ferry, and the ricochet will take the ball all the way back into the hands of Kieran O'Hara, and it remains Kilmarnock nil, Dundee United nil.
Yeah, they're causing their own problems, both sides. Rory Payton has to do better in the initial bit of play. It's a really good ball whipped in from Kevin Holt, takes the ball in fine, but then he passes it straight out the pitch. He was nowhere near Will Ferry, much to Jim Goodwin's frustration. And then Fraser Murray does well initially, and then seems to lift his head, but just finds an orange shirt, and Dundee United go in the attack. So yeah, the quality's not been great so far.
So often you usually see contrasting actions from managers on the touchline, but both Jim Goodwin and Derek McInnes have been pretty much mirror images of each other so far in this first half with their frustration. They're both wearing all black in the technical area, and both looking towards their teams at the moment to just try and settle down and get the control that both managers know their side can provide as Wales charges at Gallagher. Now Strain has it, cushions it towards the halfway line. Payton there, the ball comes off Joe Wright. Now Murray Kilmarnock have it. Wales, good touch on the chest, drives it forward for Watkins. United claim offside. Watkins allowed to continue. Left side of the penalty area, gets the cut across. Oh, and it's just behind Armstrong, and Campbell stabs the clearance, and now the flag goes up from the assistant on the far side. So the move breaks down, but that looked dangerous. It was lovely work from Bobby Wales, just so effortless as he took it on the chest, almost telepathic, finding Watkins, who stayed steady and just stabbed it across the penalty spot area, but it was just behind Armstrong and nothing was made of it. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0 on BBC Radio Scotland.
Yeah, I think it was one of those ones where everybody in the crowd, and probably the players on the pitch, although they know they need to give 100% to A, stop it going in the net, or B, if you're Kilmarnock trying to score a goal, I think they all knew it was inevitable the flag was going to go up, because Marley Watkins had just strayed from Bobby Wills' pass.
Dundee United free kick, Walton takes and now drives that up towards Payton. Lyons does well to get above Campbell to win the ball in the air. Campbell then wins it in
That's a sore one.
the next phase, but it's a head knock between the two players, and three actually, because Vichko Chevai is down as well. So two United players down, one in the colours of Kilmarnock. I think it's Brad Lyons who is down for Kelly, so both medical teams will go rushing onto the pitch.
Yeah, it looks sore. I think Lyons gets up and almost heads the back of Alan Campbell's head. And you could just see the way the contact was made that it could potentially have been a sore one. So fingers crossed they're both okay. Getting seen to at the moment.
You never want any players to be injured, but both managers will be hoping that both come through this, with Derek McInnes just having the services of Brad Lyons again for the game tonight. He's made comment about the injury troubles that he has at Rugby Park. Dundee United won't want to see Alan Campbell, with all the excitement around his signing, have an early end to his debut.
He looks the better of the two. He's sitting up and he's about to stand up, whereas Brad Lyons was lying prone and his arms were stretched out. So they're just testing a couple of things now around the neck and head area. So as I said, fingers crossed Brad Lyons is okay, Stuart.
Yeah, you're right, Alan Campbell's now back on his feet, but Brad Lyons is on his back, and he has the two members of the medical team just trying to slowly get him to set up in the centre circle now. And they'll just check on the condition of the midfielder. Wouldn't only be losing someone that's just returned from injury, Kilmarnock be losing leadership as well, with Lyons wearing the armband again tonight. Campbell now making his way off to the technical area. Jim Goodwin concerned, so he's just coming across to make sure his new midfielder is okay. In a moment for some instruction to tweak a few things for the boss of the Tangerines. Brad Lyons looks better now than he did a couple of moments ago, but there is a look towards the technical area from the medical team, and the signal is for a change to be made. And Derek McInnes did show that glimpse of frustration at that now, and he's trying to call someone back. I would expect to maybe be Liam Polworth that's coming into the side. He moved to the bench from the starting lineup at Tynecastle last Saturday. Very experienced midfielder too, but Derek McInnes doesn't have his injury troubles to seek at Rugby Park, as I've just mentioned. He's looking to try and bring maybe one, maybe two in before the window closes on Monday night. And you can see the disappointed look on Brad Lyons' face as he now trickles towards the touchline with his footsteps, and closely watched by the medical team. Just takes such a head knock that safety and welfare will always come first. He stand on the touchline. I think he wants to go back on, but he's been told he's not allowed to, and Dundee United will now take the free kick through strain. It's headed away and out for the throw-in, just in line with the penalty spot on the far side. And now Kilmarnock will be allowed to make the change.
Yeah, Polworth will come on. It's a shame to see Brad Lyons go off. It really is, because he wanted to go back on, but you can't. If there's any potential for a concussion, he has to come off, get checked properly, look after his health first and foremost.
Sad end to a 30th appearance of the season for Brad Lyons as Polworth comes on. Dundee United take the long throw into the 6-yard area, headed away and out for another on the far side, as you're about to hear the applause from the Kilmarnock fans in the main stand as Lyons makes his way towards the tunnel just to the left of our commentary position. United have the long throw now. It's looked in towards the penalty spot. It's a Kilmarnock head there first. Shivai collects, out for Payton, drills the ball over, takes a deflection, and it's cleared away by McGuinness high, and gets plenty of distance on it to take it out for a throw in just in front of Derek McInnes' technical area. Ichiko Shivai wants to move quickly. He'll leave for Strain. Then David Dickinson will tell Ryan Strain not to move any further forward with the throw. Shivai the closest to receive. Stevenson now making his way as an option. It's the unknown Liverpool man who takes. It's a tough one for Strain to try and work with as it's chest height, but he does well to get it forward to Dalby. Watson's there to swipe it away. Bobby Wales in for a touch, but takes it out for another Dundee United throw. .33 minutes on the clock. Killie 0, United 0 at Rugby Park in the late kick-off here. If you're just joining us on BBC Radio Scotland, Sam Dalby receives the throw-in forward for Campbell. He has a look into the penalty areas, letting some movement happen, so plays the extra pass. Holt has it now, forward for Payton. Payton with a layoff back to Holt. Can he squeeze his way through two Killie defenders? No. Watson has it, drives it forward behind Watkins though, and right into possession for Declan Gallagher of Dundee United in the Tangerines half. Strain has it now in the Killie half, tries to loop in an early cross, defended well by Killie again. Armstrong looks to start an attack. Now Polworth, was he dragged to the ground by Stevenson? Yes, says the referee David Dickinson, and it will be a Kilmarnock free kick with the score still 0-0 with just over 10 minutes to play until half time.
Yeah, Dundee United have, neither team have taken a real foothold in the game and been the better side, but over the last 5 minutes Dundee United have shown signs. Really good disguised pass from Kevin Holt, I have to say, and tries to get the 1-2 back. It's good defending in the end. Joe Wright's had a couple of really good headers in the middle of the Kilmarnock box to keep Dundee United at bay. As I said, Dundee United just starting to shift the momentum slightly in their favour.
A United throw deep in their own half. Ferry ready to take, but David Dickinson unhappy with some battling between Payton and Watson on the touchline to receive the ball. It goes over both and it's up towards Dalby. Not much space to keep it in play. Joe Wright there to cushion it all the way back to Kieran O'Hara, who stands just outside the Killie penalty area, to our right in front of the Moffat stand. That's a lovely flick on. Here's Kilmarnock on the attack. Armstrong right side, looks the ball over. Murray's there, but he's underneath it with the header, and it's always rising over Jack Walton's goal. But it was a good possession from Fraser Murray, just looking to gamble like he did at Tynecastle. Another scorer in last week's defeat with a similar kind of move as he moved in towards the back post. Armstrong again lively on the right side. 0-0 it remains.
Yeah, it's a good ball in. I think Ryan Strain gets a little bit too close to Adebiega. He's right centre back. I think he's telling him that now. He's a little bit too close, and Fraser Murray manages to sneak in at the back post, exactly the spot he scored from at Tynecastle last week with a good run. But Strain does enough, just enough in the end to put him off.
Kilmarnock free kick just inside the Dundee United half. Dundee United manager Jim Goodwin not happy, so asked the question of the referee. But will be the set piece for Danny Armstrong to try and threaten from one more time for Killie. Yes, Fraser Murray is an option wide on the touchline just in front of the main stand. He will allow the organisation to happen in amongst Dundee United's defensive line as Corey Ndaba goes to join Joe Wright. Payton stands in the wall. I think it's a one-man wall as I just look beyond the pillar. Armstrong takes left-footed. That's a deadly looking ball. It's dropping on top of Kevin Holt. He didn't get ahead to it. Ndaba was looking to try and win the header for his side, but there was no touch from either player, and it's behind for a Dundee United goal kick. 0-0 the score. Now only 9 minutes to play until the half-time interval. If you're joining us late on BBC Radio Scotland this afternoon, I'll run through the scores in the Premiership and what has been an eventful day already with the 3 p.m. kick-offs this Saturday afternoon at the beginning of February. It was Dundee 0, Heart of Midlothian 6 at Dens Park. Hibernian 2-0 winners at Easter Road against Aberdeen. St Mirren a home defeat against St Johnstone, who run a terrific run, with St Johnstone winning by a goal to 0. Here's Dundee United looking for the opener in this one at Rugby Park. Blocked by Armstrong, and Ferry will have the throw to take. And Danny Armstrong, as much as I mentioned him in the attacking zones in this first half tonight, he's been just as key in the defensive zones, rushing back, getting his body in the way of the attacking left side of Dundee United. And Will Ferry, Rory Payton, he had that recovery in the penalty box earlier, and he blocked the attempted cross that time. Ferry up against the advertising boards, ready to sling this one into the penalty box. 0-0 the score. Ferry loops it in, the header on, towards the 6-yard area, and there's Kieran O'Hara rising highest above everyone in the navy blue to collect for Kilmarnock, and he'll just settle it down as he waits for the blue and white to get forward of Kilmarnock towards the halfway line. Killie 0, United 0. Some of the championship scores as well from earlier. Adrionians, another win for them, 2-1 against Queen's Park. Dunfermline Athletic winners in the Fife Derby, a 3-1 victory over Raith Rovers. Hamilton Accies were defeated at home 2-0 by Ayr United, and Partick Thistle 2, Morton 2 was the other result in the championship. Remember, all the Premiership goals available tonight on Sports Scene, 7:15. The highlights on the BBC Scotland channel. Kilmarnock goal with the throw-in just inside the United half. Vichko Shivai sweeps up, uses Holt in the back line, forward towards Dalby, takes it on the chest. So Wright did well to step in. Here's Armstrong, bit of space on the right side again. Kelly of 3 plus a couple arriving in the box. That's an important challenge, a vital one from Declan Gallagher, and not only does he block any movement, the pass forward for Ferry. Long ball now looking for Payton, swept up by the head of Corey Ndaba, who cushions that one back to Kieran O'Hara. At times, Rory, it feels like the game is just starting to open up, but there has been some very good defending that's not allowing either team to get any chances.
Yeah, I don't know what the idea is behind as Lewis Mayo punts another ball forward. I mean, the amount of long balls in this game has been, quite rare. I know, teams in Scotland can be criticised at times for being quite direct, but they've missed out the midfield on numerous occasions. Why that is, I'm not quite sure. But the way the game's panning out at the moment, it's not a great spectacle, and there's not a lot splitting the teams at the moment. I do think Dundee United looks ever so slightly more dangerous from set plays and corners, but in open play there hasn't been a lot.
Wonder if a lot of that comes down to the 2 previous meetings this season. The 3-3 here, where Derek McInnes felt his side were too open after having a 3-1 lead at Rugby Park in that one back in September. The 1-1 almost similar in the way it was played, a late Kilmarnock goal that time getting the 1-1 draw, Bruce Anderson from the penalty spot, and there's just that maybe reluctancy to kind of show too much to the opposition manager, the opposition team.
I think that comes with your shape, though. I don't think it comes with the way you play. I don't think you combat that by being direct and hitting, a 70-yard hopeful ball up the pitch. It comes with the 3 midfield players that he's playing with today. He's not playing the 4-4-2 as Adebayoga just shells one out the pitch. Terrible pass to Strain. I don't think it comes with that. I think that's in the formation. I think he'll be disappointed with some of the play so far, as will Jim Goodwin. It just hasn't been a great game to watch. It's been competitive, but, again, all the way back to the goalkeeper from Ndaba, and O'Hara's going to kick a long ball here as well.
He's looking out to the far right side, and he's asked a lot of the Killie player there, but the ball kept in play, and the home side do have the throw in. Alan Campbell not happy, so asks questions of the referee. Armstrong tries to hook it in behind that Dundee United midfield in front of the defence, but now United win the loose ball. Campbell looks for the early pass to Dalby, but can only find Ndaba, but his touch was one of 2 minds, and he gives it straight back to Dundee United. Strain has it here, the diagonal out to Ferry. Armstrong rushing back. Ferry gets the touch to keep a hold of possession that time, but the cross attempted. Armstrong in the way. Kelly header takes it back towards the penalty spot. Polworth heads it out. Adebayoga back into the penalty area, and it's high in the sky again from both teams. No one really wanting to settle this one down. There's Wales, gives it to Adebayoga, who had that miscued pass, as Rory mentioned earlier. Dundee United now look to take a bit of control through Vichko Shivai. Kevin Holt stands on the halfway line. Remember, United going from left to right in tangerine and black towards the Moffat stand that houses the home supporters. Kelly going from right to left in their blue and white stripes with the white shorts towards the Chadwick stand that hosts the United fans. Gallagher has it, centre circle, looks for the diagonal. Ferry looks to run in behind Armstrong and gets the ball before it goes out to play. Holds it in the arc, tries to twist away, but runs out of space. Claims the last touch came off the Kelly player. The referee not fooled by it, and Kilmarnock will have the goal kick. And there is more concern here for a player on the pitch, as Lucas Stevenson is down for Dundee United. He's just taken the left boot off, the light blue boots, and he's just looking towards the referee to explain the issue. Jim Goodwin looks on with a touch of concern. And again, just over 3 minutes to half time.
It's just his laces, sorry Stuart, and see, in this situation he's not injured, his boots come off, he should be told to get up and leave the pitch. because there's no physio going on to help him out. We can't sit and wait while he unties his boots to put them back on again and tie them again. It's ridiculous. He's got to get off the pitch, and he should be told that.
The referee's moved away, and he's allowing Stevenson to put that boot back on, and he has a chat with Will Ferry in the centre circle. The Kilmarnock players just stand and watch, bemused. Bennett McInnes can't be seen in his technical area, and now Stevenson has moved a little, but he's tying the laces, and the Kilmarnock supporters, you can hear, unhappy. So I expect there will be quite a few minutes added on here at the end of the first half inside Rugby Park. We just have 2.5 to play of normal time, and the score is 0-0 in the late kick-off in the Scottish Premiership. O'Hara looks long, it evades Watkins. Gallagher wins the header. Watkins looks to get there now. Vichko Shivai battles and gets in front, does strongly to win the ball in the end of those fluorescent yellow boots. Payton turns right. He has Ferry rushing forward. He's inside the penalty area, tries to get the touch back to Payton. The deflection off the boot of Armstrong, and it's out for another Dundee United throw on that far side, in line with the penalty spot. And you can put your money on this being another long one from Will Ferry.
Yeah, it will be. Rory Payton does really, really well. Joe Wright's a big lad, but he gets his body in front, he spins him, and he plays it down the side to Will Ferry, gets it back again, and now they've got a throw in a good area, especially with Will Ferry's throws.
Kilmarnock with everyone back to defend. The throw in bulleted, touch on from Gallagher, and there's the overhead, and it just goes past the post. It was Rory Payton there on the edge of the 6-yard area, almost opportunistic. It was a really difficult body angle, so he just swung the right boot at it, but the way he caught it, it just spins the ball away off target from Kieran O'Hara's goal, and it remains with 44 minutes played. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0.
Yeah, it's a good run from Kevin Holt from the throw from Will Ferry, runs to the front post, he gets the flick on. Rory Payton's where he should be. As you say, Stuart, I think he does as well as he can in that scenario. It's not an easy one to take. He does all he can and it just goes wide.
And Daba hooks the ball forward. Wales takes, Gallagher watching, swings it away, and Daba tries to return. Vichko Shivai then misplaces it high and squint out of the pitch. Corrie and Daba will now have the Kilmarnock throw to take. Still just inside Kilmarnock territory. Fourth official about to make his way out to the touchline, Colin Stephen, with the board to instruct how many additional minutes will be played, as Gallagher sends a clearance towards the halfway line. Shivai now gets it down for Campbell, touched on for Strain, tries to loop it towards Dalby. There's space there, lovely touch, gets it for Payton. It's a little behind the Dundee United forward who signed this month. He slows it down, right-footed pass to Stevenson, pushed away from the penalty area. Adebayoga coming up on the near right side, he'll go for the cross. Dalby there gets a touch, tries to battle his way past the defence, and Daba's done well. They only get the clearance towards Strain, who's still inside the penalty area, clipped up, and it's headed away by Wright, back out towards this near side. 4 additional minutes instructed by the fourth officials board. Are we about to see something happen just before the whistle blown for half-time? Dundee United have the throw-in to take on this near side as Will Ferry comes across for another long one.
Yeah, Joe Wright's been magnificent in defence for Kilmarnock. He's defended his box ever so well. That was a really dangerous ball in. Sam Dalby's putting him under pressure, and he gets a big forehead on it and gets it away. He's been colossus at the back.
Another long throw. Dalby got there at the front but didn't get much on the ball. Swiped away by Wales. Adebayoga is the only man back for Dundee United, and he'll collect just inside Tangerine territory. Right footed, diagonal back towards this near side. Gallagher leaves it for Holt. He drops the header down for Shivai, who's rushing onto it. Strain now right footed, tries to go towards the 6-yard area, but Dundee United's attackers are outside of the penalty box, and that one collected by O'Hara. He looks early to that far right side for Armstrong, who has space to work with. He collects 3 options ahead, drills it across to this near side for Fraser Murray, up against Strain on the left foot. Strain gets the block there, and he will watch as it bounces over the white paint for another Kilmarnock throw. And this is a late opportunity for Kilmarnock to get on the score sheet inside the additional time in the first half. Killie 0, United 0.
Yeah, what a ball that was from Kieran O'Hara, the goalkeeper, out to Danny Armstrong. Absolutely pinpoint on the counter-attack. Then Armstrong cuts inside and lasers a ball to Fraser Murray, who takes a touch down the line. Good play from Kelly.
Swung in front post. Stevenson manages to head that one away though, so there's no danger to Dundee United in that phase. Kelly collect the ball again. Armstrong has it. Strain trips by colliding with the heels of Danny Armstrong, and now it will be a free kick, and this one looks like it's in a good position for another dangerous Danny Armstrong delivery. Only a couple of minutes of the additional time left to play. Armstrong and Murray stand over it. You've got to say this would favour the right foot of Fraser Murray to drop down in between the penalty spot and 6-yard area. But what do I know? Armstrong takes it. It's headed away by Holt. Important header, and takes it out to the far side for Will Ferry, who just thrashes it forward aimlessly. Dalby wasn't ready for it. It's off the United attacker. Now for another Kelly throw, far side.
Yeah, it kind of sums up the first half. There's been, a lot of balls into the box, whether it be via throw-ins, via free kicks, or just directly into the box. The ball's changed hands.
Wales flick on for Watkins, but United managed to clear it. Sorry to cut you off there, Rory. It looked promising for a moment from Kilmarnock, and now this could be an opportunity for Dundee United. Stevenson drills it with a precise pass forward for Sam Dalby. Looks into the area. Payton tries to get onto it. Joe Wright steps up, and as Rory touched on earlier, more terrific defending from the Killie man. Scooped forward by Gallagher. Savai gets the header to it. It's Mayo who heads that one away. Watkins touches it down into the centre circle. Watson can't collect. Anabayega sends it forward. Dalby through and goal, gets the touch. He's in a tussle, tries to lay it off for Payton. He was just running out of space there, Sam Dalby, so showed great awareness for his strike partner, but Kelly again defend it solidly. Just into the final minute of additional time, United still have it in Kelly's half. Strain on this near right side, touches it forward. Dalby can't take it, it's powered towards Strain from the clearance, and it'll go out for the Kelly throw now. And again, there's been phases of play where it just sums up what we've seen in this first 48.5 minutes at Rugby Park. Got to say that both managers will be looking for better quality in the second period.
Yeah, Dalby does well there initially because he spins Ndaba, and Ndaba actually has a tug at his shirt, but Dalby, I think, sniffs a potential goal for Dundee United, so doesn't make anything of it, and then the execution on the pass just wasn't quite right.
Anabayega finds the pass for Ferry, and the referee will stop the attack and blows the half-time whistle. David Dickinson points towards the Rugby Park tunnel, and I think the majority of supporters and possibly the two managers will be happy to hear that whistle and get both teams into the dressing room for a possible couple of tweaks or some important messages for the second half. We gave it the build-up. This is a very important game for both sides. Dundee United looking to put back-to-back defeats behind them in all competitions and find winning form again. Kilmarnock, they know St Johnstone were victorious 1-0 at St Mirren earlier in the 3 p.m. kickoffs, and they edge closer to Kelly, who sit in that 11th position, but they also have aspirations of getting into the top 6. Still plenty of football to be played this season, still plenty of football to be played here at Rugby Park. We'll be back for the second half, where we hope to see a bit more quality from both teams in the final third. Half time at Rugby Park on BBC Radio Scotland. It's Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0.
The Scottish Premiership
from BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. Yeah, just to go through the full-time scores earlier in the Scottish Premiership. Dundee 0, Hearts 6. We heard from Neil Critchie. We'll hear from the Dundee manager, Tony Docherty, just shortly. Hibs 2, Aberdeen 0. Now 14 league games without a win for the Dons. Again, we'll hear from Jimmy Tilleen before we go back to Rugby Park for second half commentary. St Mirren 0, St Johnstone 1. Back-to-back league wins for Simo Valakari. We heard from him earlier in the programme. Half-time at Rugby Park. We've just heard the first half commentary. Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0. It was a big day in the Championship today. Remember, a great win for Livingston last night away at Falkirk. Ayr United had the chance to go top of the table today, and they took it with a victory away to Hamilton Accies. So looking at the Championship table, 47 points for Ayr United, Falkirk 46 with a game in hand, Livingston on 45 points. We'll get back to Rory and to Stuart in a few minutes' time. We'll get some more thoughts from Rory and we'll get second half commentary. But let's get back to the 3 o'clock kickoffs and an incredible story that is developing at Aberdeen. After a blistering start to the season, things have gone completely the wrong way in recent weeks. They lost 2-0 away at Hibs today. Let's now hear from Jimmy Tilleen. He spoke with our reporter, Brian McLaughlin.
Jimmy, when we spoke pre-match, you were asking your players for more. Didn't get it today though, did you?
I have a really strong feeling before the game. We have went through the other games. We are losing now. How we lose the games, what is competing is all about. It doesn't matter the system. The way your philosophy is about the basic, the 50-50 duels, how much you run for each other, how you challenge in their box, how they defend your box, all these kind of things. We have a strong feeling before the game. the only thing that I focus on before this game. And when the game starts, it's still the same situations that we get hurt from.
A couple of crosses, the first goal as well, a corner, second one another deep ball into the box. Defensively, it's just not good enough. What can you do to improve that part of the game?
That's my first of all is again a responsibility. And when you are a player or a manager, I take the responsibility, but I also demand more responsibility from everyone in the collective on the pitch, because we have to take, when you sign this contract to represent Aberdeen Football Club, you have to understand it's about, we have high ambitions in this club, and it's not easy to get these ambitions. You have to give everything you can, every minute of the game, every week in the trainings, and do more. And that right now we need to push up this to reach that target. Otherwise, we're going to keep losing and we're going to get in trouble. So we have to understand that it's an important situation we're on right now.
Do you feel you're getting everything you can out of the players, and if not, how do you do that?
That's my way to figure out, and together with the players. But first of all, you have to look yourself in the mirror and go out on the pitch, and everybody can run, but some can be different reasons. Sometimes it can be the pressure or whatever, but we have to change and understand that it's an important time for everybody now to look in the mirror and go out in the next game and show much more to our supporters, yourself, myself, everything, that you can be proud of yourself. That I tried everything you had to try to win these games.
You've supported the players at every opportunity, but do you feel though that they owe you a little bit more, and not just yourself, the fans as well, because it does appear that they're just not giving it at the moment?
I'm the manager, so I take responsibility for this. But everybody has to look at themselves in the mirror now, because the fans are travelling every away game in a challenging time to here to support us, and they need to feel more from us when we are out on the pitch. How we in every duel, how we're catching up in the runnings, how we sacrifice ourselves in both boxes, to give them something back in this moment, because that's the basic, and that's what creates the passion. How you compete, how you are competitive. It's not so much about the system or how you play. That's the starting point. Then you can build other things. But right now we're missing that, and it has to happen quick.
Interesting you mentioned both boxes, because it's another league game without another goal. A lack of confidence. I know strikers thrive in confidence and scoring goals. They're not doing that again. How do you inject that into them?
It's practice, but also I think it's more about sometimes these situations that happen today. We have to be there and sacrifice something to get that goal, because their defenders were, if the ball was 50-50, but they clean it and we was not there.
The run that you're on, Jimmy, you know football, you've been in football a while. It's a results business, isn't it? You know what happens. You have no fear that you'll have the backing of everyone at the club to try and get out of this rut that you're in at the moment?
I'm always, I know the business, but my focus is not there. My focus is to improve things and try to win football games.
And your next one is Dunfermline in the Cup. Does that become a must-win game?
It's a cup, and it's important to win, to show everyone, and we have to win, otherwise you're out.
Finally, Jimmy, transfer window. We spoke about Rubezic before the game. Again, do you expect him to be here, and will there be some business done? Because I think the Aberdeen fans are looking for some business.
Everybody's working hard, but the starting point for me right now is myself and the staff of the players are here. We have to step up a lot to give more, and then what happens the rest, let's see.
I appreciate your time, Jimmy.
Thank you.
And Jimmy Tillian there, he never gives too much away. A really sore one for Dundee this afternoon. We heard earlier from the Hearts manager Neil Critchley, a 6-0 victory for them at Dens Park. Let's now hear from Tony Docherty. He spoke with our reporter Tyrone Smith.
Tony, just give us your overriding thoughts and emotions after that.
I think the word to describe that for me is an anomaly. You know, I don't know where that came from with the team. You know, we've had such strong performances coming into the game. I said to you before it, you know, in terms of the squad strength. You know, but when you concede goals as cheaply as we did today, it drains confidence out of the team. And I just seen the team getting weaker and weaker as the game went on. And I think Hearts caught us on a bad day, and I think they had a good day. And listen, sometimes these things happen, but we just need to make sure, for all the credit we got for the recent performances, we deserve a lot of criticism, and I deserve a lot of criticism because I lead the group for that performance. And I apologise to Dundee fans, and we just make sure the players will be in tomorrow morning to address that and to make things better.
some of the goals that Hearts scored were really from the top drawer today.
I thought the goals are self-inflicted. You know, I always look at it from my own team's point of view, and I think there's so much we can do better to avoid us putting ourselves in these situations. So, listen, it's not often I can label that to the players, but that's the way it is just now, and you know, it's important that we get back in again, and we don't become a bad team overnight. You know, that was a bad performance, a really poor performance, and that's something that we need to address and make sure that we limit those poor performances and make sure that, you know, we do all we can to limit the chances of a performance like that and we get straight back on again, because we've got a midweek game, we've got no time to feel sorry for ourselves, and we just need to get ready, address it, as I say, tomorrow, honestly, openly, and get ready to kick on again for Wednesday night.
Did the players kind of lose their heads a bit in the second half?
I thought so, but again, you know, emotions are raw straight after a game, and you know, I don't want to say too much. You know, it's important that as a group we're honest and we analyse that performance and we see exactly what went wrong, what we can do better, because I think there's so much better we can do in that match. It doesn't give us a chance to get anything from the match. You know, as I say, most of it was self-inflicted. But I need to credit Hearts. You know, Hearts obviously put in a level of performance, you know, that merited them getting the win. But I thought my team had a lot to do with that. And as I say, there's not a lot of times I can level that at them, because recently the performance level's been excellent. But it's something we need to address and just move on.
I mean, from what you're saying, you certainly didn't see that performance coming from your team, and you do lose games, but does the manner or the nature of defeat give you any concern at all?
It doesn't concern me, because I think the boys, you've seen over a time scale that any time there has been a performance like that or there's been adversity, they've reacted to it. I didn't see, to answer your question, I didn't see that type of performance coming, and as I say, goal drained confidence, and I thought a lot of the confidence drained out of the team as the performance went on. So yeah, I was a bit surprised, but it's something that I'll address with my players.
How difficult is it going to be to lift the group up after that today?
No, I think it's important we get in, and first of all, there must be an acknowledgement, you know, and a responsibility and a culpability for the actions that were taken throughout the match, and then realise that the only way you get better for that is trying to limit that and go back to the team that we were just 2 weeks ago. You know, that were really stopping passing lines into strikers. We were forcing teams wide. We were hitting in the counter attack. We can't just become a poor team overnight. But that performance, you know, certainly needs to be addressed.
And I would imagine, after what happened today, the last thing you would want would be a midweek trip to Celtic.
No, listen, sometimes that can help, you know, because we know the level of focus. We've seen that in the last 2 Old Firm games we played against Celtic and Rangers here, that the focus has to be there to make sure the concentration levels are right, that you do more things right than you do wrong. And today we did more things wrong than we did right, and that's basically... But as I say, first thing I said to you was it's an anomaly, because I've not seen that a lot from a team, and it's something that we need to make sure we address and put to bed, move on as quick as we can. I would reiterate, apologise to the fans today for that performance. They shouldn't see that, and I just try and guarantee them that we'll make sure that those level of performances are few and far between, like they have been.
Tony Dockett there, Dundee 0, Hearts 6. We heard earlier on from Jimmy Tilleen after Aberdeen's 2-0 defeat at Easter Road this afternoon. Let's now hear from the Hibs manager David Gray. He also spoke with Brian McLaughlin.
David, another 3 points. Will your take on the 90 minutes?
I'm delighted for the players. You know, today was a real challenge. It was always going to be a challenge because of everything that goes around the fixture. You know, when you think back to where we were and the turning point from the last time we played them here, the challenge was obviously to make sure our run didn't stop today, and Aberdeen's, unfortunately for them, kept going, which is the challenge to the players, and that takes a lot to do. Aberdeen are a good side. You know, they've got a lot of quality in there. We felt that today. And it was always going to be a tough fixture. I think we've played a lot better this season, but full credit to the players. You know, to win 2-0, clean sheet is fantastic. We had to do a lot of defending. I thought defensively we were excellent, and we still had a lot of probably the best chances in the game. So all in all, delighted with the 3 points, delighted with the run of form, and the players deserve all the credit for that.
What's given the players the belief from the change and what it was 3-4 months ago?
I think a lot of people look back to the reverse fixture. Everyone's touched on that a lot, about the turning point in the season and the confidence and belief. And I think the biggest thing that I've always been very consistent with is I think the group has always stuck together. And I always seen that every single day, and that gave me the belief and the staff the belief that we would turn it round given the time, and I'm delighted for the support that we've had from everyone involved, and the effort for the players, as I've always touched on, has always been there, and they fully deserve what they're producing at the moment. And the position we've put ourselves in, the challenge to them now is to keep moving forward. You know, I say it all the time, with how tight this league is, it can change very quickly, so we need to make sure our full focus now, after today, will be looking towards the Scottish Cup. You know, the attentions will change to that at the weekend, which will be a real difficult game. We'll make sure the players are ready for that. But I think all in all, I think they can be delighted with where they put themselves, and I'm delighted for them.
Did you get away with one today with the penalty that could have been against Rocky Picheri? The ball did seem to hit his arm.
Not for me. I think full credit and all the credit has to go to Don, if I'm being honest. I think the fact he was asked to go to the monitor surprises me when I see it back. I don't think it's a handball at all. I think anyone who knows what happens when you go to head the ball. So from that point of view, I was very surprised, but full credit goes to the referee for sticking for his decision.
You're now within a couple of points of Aberdeen. You're not too far behind Dundee United either. You're looking upwards. Can you sense Europe? Do you set your players a target now for European place? Our
full target at the moment was always catch the team in front of us. Now I know that's one game at a time, it's that mindset, but I think with how tight the league is, that's the way we need to be. Firstly, it's always going to, with how tight it is, it's always going to be that the teams above us are always going to be catchable in the short term, so we need to make sure we do that. We need to make sure we cement that top 6 place as quickly as we can, because there's going to be a lot of challenging games between now and the split ending to make sure we do that. But we need to keep moving forward, and if we can keep catching that team in front, we're in a fantastic position where European then becomes a possibility. So we need to not getting carried away at all. We need to make sure we keep working hard, keep improving, because we've still got a lot of that to do.
Before air on Friday, you've got the transfer window on Monday. Obviously, you've been busy with a few ins and a few outs already. Ellie Ewan, potentially a bid from Stoke City, I believe. Will he be here on Monday, and what's the situation with Ellie?
I know we're very close to the end of the window now. I think it's 48 hours before it comes. I think everything needs to be in place for it be right for everyone involved to make sure that if it is going to happen, that's there. I think Ellie's a player that's always attracted speculation because of his attributes, in previous windows. There is a lot of interest in him, and we need to make sure that it's right for the football club, and as I've already touched on, make sure that we're in a position we're happy where we are.
Is there more than one club in for him?
There's always interest and speculation around him, and we'll just make sure that, as I say, a lot will probably happen between now. It doesn't seem like it's a long time to go when there's only 48 hours, but a lot can happen in 48 hours, like we all know, and we just need to make sure we're in a position ready, and we do everything right to make sure we end the window as strong as we can.
And finally, Ayr United on Friday night under the floodlights on live TV as well. You're going to have to beat your best though, because Scott Brown and his Ayr United are now leading the championship.
Absolutely. It'll be a real tough test. The players will be well aware of that. I'll make sure they are. It's a great game for Ayr United, obviously. They've got a Premier League team there for an opportunity for test themselves on that, but it's also a fantastic opportunity for us to try and progress in the Cup. As you say, live on the telly, so an opportunity for that. But we need to be, as you've already touched on, every single week at the best if we can. And we're in a good place at the moment, and we need to keep moving forward, and the Cup is something we obviously want to try and win.
David Gray there, Hibs 2, Aberdeen 0. I can see the teams coming back out there at Rugby Park. Rory Loy, Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0. Just briefly, your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, it wasn't great. It lacked a bit of quality at times, and the transition in terms of the players giving the ball away was quite frequent, far too frequent than the two managers would have liked. So I'm sure they've had a good word at half time, and we'll see the quality increase in the second half. I'm just looking forward to when Michael Stewart finds out that Ellie Ewan's getting a move to the English Championship, Kenny.
Yeah, listen, remind me to bring that one up. That has certainly been a hot topic on Sports Sound in recent weeks. Let's hope this game gets better. It surely can only get better. It's been disappointing so far. Plenty of talent on show. Let's hope it gets a chance to shine. Full second half commentary. Kilmarnock against Dundee United with Rory Loy and Stuart Mitchell.
Thanks once again, Kenny. Kilmarnock get the ball rolling for the second half here at Rugby Park. Goalless from the first 45 minutes, and Kilmarnock are immediately on the attack down the right side. Armstrong has it, bearing down on the penalty box up against Ferry. Onto the left foot, exchanges places, and it's given away for Dundee United to now fire the ball forward long towards Payton. Gets his body in front of Mayo. Campbell runs onto it, and across comes Liam Polworth to stab the ball out of play. So that start certainly suggests that there's been a few words from both managers to try and do a bit more with the ball, a bit more intensity, as both Kilmarnock and Dundee United look to get the opening goal in this late Premiership kick-off. And Kilmarnock aware of the St Johnstone score earlier, so a bit more closer to the 11th placed club, Kilmarnock. Simo Valakari's side, Dundee United, are looking to get back to winning ways after 2 defeats in the Scottish Cup and in the Premiership against Dundee and Rangers respectively. Here's Vichko Chevy on the ball for the away side. Out to the far wing for Strain, back to Adebayoga, who does that aimless ball forward, but it does cause confusion between O'Hara and Mayo. Stevenson will let it run for the throw, and that'll be another opportunity for a long one on the far side in front of the Rugby Park scoreboard, and it will be Will Ferry to make his way across from the near side as Dundee United now shoot from right to left into the travelling support, who've broken out into song over towards where that throw will be taken. Ferry has plenty of options there. Campbell, Holt, Gallagher, Dalby all circle around the penalty spot. Kilmarnock with everyone back to defend. Ferry lines it up, throws it longs towards Dalby. It's headed away. Murray tries to get more on it. Stevenson collects for United. Back out wide. Coote pass back. Strain goes for the shot. It's charged down by Fraser Murray. And that was important from Payton to get his body in front. But the referee says it was a handball and blows the whistle for a free kick to Kilmarnock. So with a couple of minutes on the clock, it's Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0 on BBC Radio Scotland.
Yeah, I was just looking at Derek McInnes to see who he felt was at fault there. I actually thought in the first half there was one between Joe Wright and O'Hara where the keeper was at fault, but on that occasion there, as long as he's shouting for the ball, I think he's making it. I think he's coming out and taking the pressure off. But same pattern in the second half's emerging, and that is both teams giving the ball away and eventually ending up with a Will Ferry long throw.
Polworth gets it forward. Wales takes. He's riding along the touchline, but didn't have enough space to get the pass forward for Fraser Murray. So United will have the throw out. Just like the first half, Jim Goodwin stands on the edge of his technical area. Derek McInnes is deeper and further back from the United manager. Declan Gallagher has the throw and does a hop and a skip up the line as he gets it forward into the Killie half. Dalby was challenging. The ball now with Ndaba. He scoops it back towards Adebayoga. Chevy, a bit of an unorthodox pass forward, but gets it over the halfway line. Stevenson tries to feed it. It might break for Dalby here. There's David Watson getting back to do the defending, and he launches it into the main stand that our commentary position is in and concedes a throw in for the away side to take. Ferry goes quickly on his natural left wing. Holt there to support, swings the ball over left-footed, headed away by Joe Wright, who only goes far is Emmanuel Adebayoga. Strain peels away to the wing. Adebayoga goes for the cross, aiming for Stevenson. Wright unchallenged, heads it, but doesn't make it out of the penalty area. Armstrong helps and Polworth scoops it away back up to the centre circle. But again, Killie are deep, so they've got no advanced player to collect. Chevy has to do something though to get in front of Watkins, and he's under pressure and gives it away for David Watson now to take. Polworth looks for the space which is on this near side. Wright goes down, the referee has a look, doesn't award any, and United have a 3-on-2 attack here. Stevenson into the penalty area.
So
the layoff is short for Payton. He gives it straight to Lewis Mayo. What an opportunity that was. And now Derek McInnes has launched up from his seat on the touchline, urging Mayo to get forward and use the space, with Dundee United committing a couple forward there. Over to the far side now for Polworth. McGuinness skips away, Adebayoga pulls him back. The referee goes right into the back pocket and shows the yellow card to the Dundee United man. Finally, Rory, this game starting to open up.
Yeah, I have to say that I like Lucas Stevenson as a player, Stuart, but my goodness, that was a really poor decision he made there. He's driving through the middle. He's got one to the left, one to the right. Either take the shot on yourself because it's opened up, or square the ball for a shot for your teammate because it's a 3-on-2. He's got to do better there. Dundee United, there was Joe Wright feels he was fouled, may have been looked at had the goal went in, but Dundee United should have at the very least had the ball in the back of the net. They are really poor from Lucas Stevenson, and it's not like him.
Payton's eyes would have lit up as he's still searching for his first United goal since joining. Killie free kick, Armstrong takes, high towards the back, and it's headed away. Looked to be Dalby there in front of the Killie attacker in Ndaba. Some Killie fans scream for a handball. That may be looked at with VAR in action. The ball out of play now for a throw-in. Referee David Dickinson, he looks on as Derek McInnes holds on to it with eyes towards the referee, asking for a handball to be checked. Colin Stephen, the fourth official, will come across to encourage him to give the ball back to his team as Wright takes the throw, exchanges with Polworth. Dalby goes to chase, but brilliant work from Wright to get the ball forward, and he collides into the back of Ferry, who's looking to defend, and it goes over the byline for a goal kick to Dundee United. Just over 50 minutes played. Kelly 0, Dundee United 0.
Yeah, I think Derek McInnes was wanting his team to take a little bit more responsibility in the game, and that's why he was so keen for Lewis Mayo to bring the ball forward, and rather than taking their time, get the ball forward and really commit Dundee United towards the ball so they could pass it round them. Looks like he's talking to one of his substitutes as well, so maybe thinking of a very early change in the second half.
Yeah, possibly something he's had in mind for a while, Derek McInnes, just to let the start of the second half play out before thinking about a change to personnel, possibly a change in shape as the teams cancel each other out with the scoreline at 0-0 inside Rugby Park. Murray goes down after the challenge from Stevenson, and the free kick's awarded to Dundee United. The home fans surprised at that. Murray still on the ground, but United will make their way forward to the penalty area to receive the ball from the free kick. What did you think of that one, Rory? It looked like one of those that would go the way of Murray, possibly.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure it was a foul to anyone, or a free kick to anyone, should I say. And that turned out to be the case. But Derek McInnes is very animated. He's normally quite animated on the touchline, don't get me wrong, winning, losing or drawing, but it just seems extra antsy tonight, a little bit frustrated, I think.
Ferry has it for Dundee United. It's back to Vichko Shivai, and now Kevin Holt. Declan Gallagher takes in that central defensive position, clips the ball forward looking for Ferry, gets the header to it towards the 6-yard area. He'll chase his own flick on, and he puts that into the 6-yard area. Kieran O'Hara grabs it. There was two waiting in Payton and Dalby again, but again that final bit of quality, that final moment from Dundee United, letting them down inside the penalty area. And Kieran O'Hara will just hold on to the ball. So that will give me an opportunity to let you know that there is about to be a change to our broadcasting coming up. Now there's a choice of listening. Second half commentary from Rugby Park will continue in Scotland Extra only on 92 to 95 FM. Take the Floor with Gary Innes gets underway just after the 7 o'clock news. Dundee United have the throw just inside their own half, in front of the technical areas on this near side. Joining us here at Rugby Park, 53 minutes on the clock. It's Kilmarnock 0, Dundee United 0. And United on the attack now. Payton with the layoff for Stevenson. Adebayoga charging forward on that far right side. United going from right to left into the travelling support in the Chadwick stand. It's charged down, and Kilmarnock might be able to break with a 3-on-3 here. This is good work with Wales coming forward. Holt just trying to show him wide. Gets the pass in towards Polworth. Polworth cycles, looks to the right side. Armstrong waiting. Takes it into the penalty area, right foot drills it across. Kevin Holt there, and Payton is the one closest to the ball, and he will get that far away up towards the halfway line. Dobby's flick on, can't find Campbell. He goes sliding in on Polworth. Kelly have the ball. Armstrong, edge of the penalty area, goes for goal with the left foot, and that swerves all the way out to the far side and goes out for a throw-in. The Kilmarnock supporters unhappy. I think they feel, Rory, that they're making the wrong decisions in that final third.
Yeah, quite possibly. I did think when Danny Armstrong cut inside, he's capable of scoring from there, but very rushed. I'm just watching Robbie Dees coming on here, which I thought was an interesting one. I just wonder if this will come with a change of shape, because Ndaba might move into midfield. Wait and see, but I don't think Denny McInnes has been particularly pleased with things so far today.
An interesting one, so we'll see how that makes a change. There's a note passed on. Fraser Murray's just given that across to... Well, he's given it back, and Murray will organise things in the forward area. So we'll just see how that means Kilmarnock shape up going forward now. Dundee United have a throw just next to that corner flag on the top right arc from our position in the main stand. Forward towards Stevenson, doesn't get anything on it. Murray sends it forward. Wales clips up into the 6-yard area. Walton comes, the collision there in the 6-yard area. United defend it well. There's looks towards the referee. There's a long delay. The free kick is now offered or given to Jack Walton, the keeper, but he looked unconvincing as he came out there. The ball bounced. He's just trying to shake off things as he runs away to collect a ball from behind his goal line. Just so much uncertainty again, and this time from the defensive side in the penalty area, and it means 55.5 minutes played. Kelly 0, United 0.
Yeah, I think he's a lucky boy, Jack Walton. I have to say, I'm not convinced it's a foul. I would need to see it again, but I don't think it's a foul, and I think he's just lucky it doesn't fall to a Kilmarnock player. Just on Kilmarnock, I think Corey Ndaba's moved out to the left now, where Fraser Murray was playing left wing back. More natural to him, I would have to say. And think Fraser Murray's moved in behind Marley Watkins.
That'll be intriguing. Now that changes the flow of the game as Ferry heads the ball away into the centre circle. Stevenson rises to win, gets it to Dalby, now on to Payton. He's the most advanced in Tangerine. And Daba comes back and blocks and rushes the clearance, and he turns around and outstretches his arms towards his teammates. Don't know if he's asking for support, communication, but he's certainly frustrated there. And now Dundee United will have the opportunity to go in the attack. Still, both goalkeepers haven't really been tested too much, especially in this second half. Chest from Dalby, down for Payton, edge of the D, blocked. And it goes out to that far side. Adebayoga does well to win it back. He tries to shield the ball, goes down. Referee has a look, uninterested. Forward now to Watkins. Holt steps up. The scrappiness continues at Rugby Park. Holt now out to this near side. Payton has Ferry rushing forward. Left side of the penalty box, scoops it in towards the 6-yard area. Cleared away and headed forward as Fraser Murray gets something on it. Vichko Shivai will tidy up. But are Dundee United just starting to take a bit of control in this match? McInnes has made the shape for Kilmarnock with a bit of a change with Robbie Dees coming on. Ferry drops it down for Dalby. Holt comes forward. Kilmarnock get their line set inside the penalty area. United have 5 waiting. Holt will use Ferry. Cushions the crossover. Armstrong blocks with the outstretched leg, and it's out for a Dundee United throw. 0-0 it remains just before the hour mark.
Ferry's getting frustrated. He's had the opportunity to cross 2 or 3 times, and he can't beat the first man. And you know, you can have days like that as a player where nothing kind of goes your way. His runs have been good, his energy's been good, but it's just his quality of delivery has let him down time and time again, because Dalby and Payton are waiting in there ready to pounce. He just can't get it past the first man.
Throws in line with the space in between the penalty spot and 6-yard area, and it goes. The header off the crossbar from Dalby, and it's cleared away by David Watson in the 6-yard box. Well, it was an awkward one for Dalby to take, but he got enough on it to direct it towards goal, and it dropped onto Kieran O'Hara's crossbar. Watson quickest to react, and that's the closest we've come to a goal inside Rugby Park. But still it remains 58 minutes on the clock. Kelly 0, United 0.
Yeah, and it's no surprise it's came from a long throw. There's been so many of them from Will Ferry. Lewis Mayall's claiming a push, and I have to say I think he would have a case if it ended up in the back of the net. I think it was quite an obvious push, but he glances it onto the bar. Dalby and Kilmarnock get it clear.
Throw in taken and cleared away with the header. Wales there, and that opens up for Armstrong to run onto it, but he stands on the ball. He retrieves it low and recovers, and now slips and allows Ferry in behind. Dalby is who he has his eyes on. Ferry tries to tease it in towards the back post, but it's not accurate. Dalby was going to be huffing and puffing to try and get to that one, and Ferry frustrated again, just as Rory touched on. He rubs his eyes in frustration. Just wonder if Will Ferry might have been better having a go at goal himself there.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's a difficult angle. He's probably capable of scoring from there, but I think it's the right idea. There's just far too much pace on the ball. He looks up, maybe if he can recognise that he needs to take a little bit off it to allow his striker to come onto it. But you know, it's just he's having one of those nights when it comes to crossing the ball into the box.
Kilmarnock on the attack now. Wales tries to get there. Shivai stands in. Watson goes charging at it and gets the break of the ball. It's back to Jack Walton. He'll now go long looking for Payton. That's a commanding challenge in the air from Joe Wright to win the header. Now Ferry steps onto the ball. Looks for the option out wide, and Payton on this near side. Back for Shivai. Now uses Ferry. Shivai wanted to get there, realised he wasn't going to, and collapsed to the ground. Kilmarnock have the throw. Joe Wright takes, looks for Armstrong. Was he caught? Yes, says the referee. Ferry frustrated again, and now Kilmarnock will have the free kick as Derek McInnes is pacing up and down in his technical area. He goes back towards the seats in the front of the stand, and Kilmarnock supporters break into song. So we now hit the hour mark inside Rugby Park. Dangerous free kick potentially. Is quite a way out, but with Danny Armstrong and Fraser Murray standing over it, they are more than capable of getting this on top of the Dundee United defence, who once again stand just outside the penalty area. Joe Wright's made his way forward. He looks the more advanced, standing on an offside position at the moment. Who'll be the taker? Murray or Armstrong? Armstrong leaves. Murray takes, right-footed in towards the penalty spot, headed out by Shivai for Dundee United. Payton looks to get there first. Polworth attempted a challenge, neither got a touch on the ball, and it's Murray who'll sweep up with the ball back to the defence. O'Hara has it now. He looks right-footed but doesn't catch that one as he wanted. Polworth tried to flick it on, had to crouch to do so. He'll now battle away with Stevenson for the ball. Campbell comes into the back, but Polworth got the pass away to Ndaba, who caresses it forward wonderfully for Bobby Wales. 4 options up against 3 United defenders. Wales strikes, and it's right down the throat of Jack Walton, who gathers comfortably. But it's a sight on goal for Kilmarnock, and another opportunity to test the United goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time Bobby Wales has been so fast-paced the game, and the ball's just been moving around constantly. And whilst the quality's been lacking, as I said, it has been 100 miles an hour. It's the first time Bobby Wales has been able to put his foot on the ball, square Adebega up, and have a go at him. He manages to do so, comes inside. And we may see more of Bobby Wales now, because they're playing that 3 in behind Marley Watkins, Bobby Wales out on the left, Fraser Murray in behind Watkins in the centre, and then Danny Armstrong on the right. So hopefully for Bobby Wales' sake, he gets a little bit more opportunity to show what he's capable of.
Just under a half hour to play. Derek McInnes made that change, replacing McGuinness with Dees, and Jim Goodwin hasn't looked towards his substitute so far. Kilmarnock are stopping as Dundee United look to move forward with the ball, but the referee showing some concern for Vichko Shivai, who's down on the ground again, on his back, holding his head, and the Dundee United medical team just await to see if they'll be invited onto the field to give the midfielder treatment. Shivai is one of the signings for Jim Goodwin, who's impressed. He got off to a bit of a slow start for United in the League Cup this season, but Jim Goodwin's praised him as one of United's most important players in recent times. The Croatian Youth International's 24 years old now, a few assists in all competitions this season. And now United go forward as Ndaba gets the header down just outside the 6-yard box to take it into the hands of O'Hara. Just a bit of a gasp from the Kilmarnock supporters inside this main stand. A nervous moment for them again. Who will step up for either side? Who will produce that massive moment for their team, their manager and support? Kilmarnock have a throw. Danny Armstrong ready to take. He's one with potential to do that for the home side. It's Kelly go searching for the opening goal. 63 minutes on the clock. Armstrong just waits for some arrivals, as Joe Wright will be the latest to make his way into the penalty area. He's in there too. It's high. The flick on by Ndaba. United have a tangerine maul. They get it away. Watson strikes, but he didn't catch it cleanly, and Adeboyega can send that one away. Polworth will take it in tangerine territory. Armstrong asks for it on this near side touchline. Left-footed pass back to Polworth. Aimless swipe gives that to Payton. Now Alan Campbell will look to get over the halfway line. He's pushed away low. Terrific work there by Lewis Mayo, just doing some solid defending. Stays on his feet and stops any potential attack. Stevenson takes strain in a race to get there, but he manages to win it. Looks for the cross, lifts it high towards Payton. O'Hara will gather that one unchallenged. Now urgency shown by the Kelly support as O'Hara throws it out for Wright. Here's Polworth, Murray, Armstrong now inside United's half. David Watson, Armstrong with a heavy touch. Stevenson can stab it into the path of Vichko Shivai. He waits on the forward moving Ryan Strain on that far side. Shivai takes it once more. He's looking for an option. Strain offers it out wide right. Shivai looks towards the penalty area. Wright comes across again. He's been everywhere around that penalty area for Kelly.
Yeah, he has. I mean, honestly, it's been such a strange game, because you're just waiting on that one bit of quality and it's just lacking. Severs gets the ball there, and Dundee United players just seem to stand and look at him, and he's just waiting for some movement. And the same on the other side here. Joe Wright gets the ball. It was Liam Polworth, and he's looking around. Cancelling each other out, the two sides. They really are.
What do you think it is in that final stage of play? Is it a lack of confidence? Is it just like the wrong decision being made?
I mean, it could be a number of things. Both sides are playing a back three. They're playing a 5 across the middle. So, well, Kilmarnock were for a long period. So, a lot of players in the same area of the pitch going man for man. Despite their league positions, in terms of the players on the pitch, another poor ball into the box there. But in terms of the players on the pitch, there's not a great deal of difference in the two sets of players, in my opinion anyway. I know, as I said, the league it would tell a different story, but Dundee United are riding the crest of a wave at the moment. I just think it's the two formations. They're very similar and they're just cancelling each other out. Two evenly matched sides.
Ball up towards Dalby from Walton. Watson hooks that away over his head as he was facing his own goal. Gallagher will send it forward with a powerful header. Flag raised by the assistant for a Kelly offside, but the referee lets play continue. Strain has it, right wing, just entering the final third. Adebayo no overlap, doesn't use it. Strain delivers, and it's headed away once again.
First man against Stuart. Strain hits him this time instead of Ferry. One thing that United have done time and time again in this position, in games like these where they're tight and there's not a lot of between the sides, is they've been mentally strong and they've managed to get a goal. Kilmarnock will be very wary that could happen again.
It so often happens late in a game. Normally 75 minutes onward. There's 66 on the clock now. United have it in the final third. Kevin Holt wanted to attack, but it was a good clearance off the United defender from Liam Polworth, using the big defender who had made his way forward. And Kilmarnock have a goal kick. Jim Goodwin pacing up and down in his technical area now. He was in deep conversation with his coaching staff just a few moments ago. Is he getting ready to make a change? There are attacking options on there. Christian Trapanovsky, Lewis Fiorini, Louis Moult as well, Glenn Middleton.
Yeah, I just wonder, Louis Fiorini, I mean, obviously a new signing. I've watched quite a lot of him in the under 21s. He's technically very good. I'd be interested to see where he fits into this Dundee United side. As I say, he's very technical. Don't know how strong a runner he is, but he maybe will be that little bit of quality that Dundee United need to unpick that Kilmarnock defence and create an opportunity. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets some minutes.
Once again, a final pass from Kilmarnock. They're just letting them down, and now it invites Dundee United on the attack. They're just across the midway point of Kilmarnock's half. Beachco Shivai. Back for Gallagher, who stands in the Kelly side of the centre circle. Payton makes that move, dropping in between the midfield and attack. Uses Ferry out on this near left side. Tries to skip past Armstrong, who's strong. Ferry gets the beating of Armstrong. Rolls it along the white paint, clips it to the back post, and Daba turns it behind. Dundee United have a corner, and there's a yellow card shown the way for Danny Armstrong. I think that is a sarcastic cheer from some of the Kilmarnock supporters, and a bit of an applause that he just possibly tried to bring Ferry down there as he made his move away, Rory.
Well, what I think is that Armstrong actually reads Ferry so well, because Armstrong does it to fullbacks time and time again. I don't think it's a foul. I think he wants the foul, and he's remonstrated a little bit too much for David Dickinson's liking, and if that's the case, we're going to end up in the book.
Yeah, confirmation the yellow card for Danny Armstrong is for dissent. Now United have a corner in that top left corner out from our position. It's towards Declan Gallagher. Joe Wright got enough in front. Armstrong heads it down, and then Kelly, under pressure, will just stabble it out for a throw in to the away side, and it will be another long one as Will Ferry makes his way across. It's just at the beginning of that opening, in between the space between the away stand and the home stand at Rugby Park, where the flags wave in the light wind. But Dundee United are about to make a couple of changes before that will be taken. Lucas Stevenson, who's on a yellow card, is about to be replaced by Lewis Fiorini. So, as Rory said, he's seen a bit through the under-21s of Scotland from the midfielder, and you'll get to see a bit more at Rugby Park this afternoon. And Louis Moult will take the place of Rory Payton, so a new strike partner for Sam Dalby. And we've seen the quality of Louis Moult in recent times. The last United win coming in Paisley against St Mirren with a late overhead kick from the number 9 in Tangerine.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, that one, was it, Stuart?
I couldn't do that, could you? You did it, you pulled off one of them?
Once in my career.
I need to search YouTube for that one. Long throw in from United, headed away again by the Killie defence. Fiorini went for a first shot towards goal, charged down by Polworth. Adebayo has it now, powers it back into the penalty area, brought down by Dalby. Campbell wanted to get the strike away, but slices it up into the sky. Killie have a pair writhing in agony in the penalty area. The referee lets play continue. Armstrong goes for the crossfield pass. Wales manages to make something of it, and Dab is encouraged by the home support to put the ball out of play. He won't need to do so, as the referee brings a pause to play to go and check on the player. And we're about to see the introduction of Bruce Anderson for Kilmarnock, Rory.
Yeah, I just wonder if it'll be for Fraser Murray or Bobby Wales. I would be more inclined to think it'll be Fraser Murray. I just think that he's not naturally a striker, Fraser Murray. He's playing in that 10 position. I just wonder whether he'll bring Bruce Anderson on and put him right up top with Marley Watkins, because I think Bruce Anderson has to play on a 2, in a 2, sorry.
Looks to be the replacement for Danny Armstrong, who's taken off. Another on a yellow card.
So Fraser Murray's going to play his third position of the night as he comes over to this side.
Well, Bruce Anderson is Kelly's top scorer with 8 goals this season. Not started in quite a while. There's some Kilmarnock fans who wanted to see him in from the start recently, but Derek McInnes hasn't done that and uses him tonight as a sub with just under 20 minutes to play. Still goalless between Kilmarnock and Dundee United. Kilmarnock have 1 win and 4 in the league, 1 and 5 in all competitions. That one against St Mirren, a 2-0 to start the year here. Can they get the opening goal here from a long throw, far side, in line with the Dundee United penalty area, launched into the box. There's a touch from a Tangerine Head. It's Fiorini who will get it away, and it's launched right back to the penalty box by Ndaba. Here's Murray on the right foot, now on the left, curls it in low. It just needed a touch, and it goes up into the sky. Walton comes out, and it's in the back of the net. Kilmarnock have the lead. Dundee United protest. They feel there was a challenge on their goalkeeper Jack Walton, but there is no whistle. Kilmarnock celebrate. Marley Watkins looked to be the player to get the touch, attacking the 6-yard area. It will be checked by VAR. United are across towards the referee.
I don't think it's a foul, Stuart, I have to say. Walton's got away with one already. I don't think he's going to get away with this one. He flaps at it, he's soft, he's weak, and I think Marley Watkins reads it well. He comes in, he heads it into the net. I don't see, from our vantage point, anything wrong with that goal.
Well, Marley Watkins was there and looked to get up the highest above the Dundee United goalkeeper, who did look favourite for a second, and then the ball ended up in the back of the net for Kelly to take the lead. Marley Watkins, the scorer, his 4th goal in the Premiership this season. His last one was here in October in the 1-0 win against Rangers. And play will be paused for a restart. Dundee United ready to take kick-off. David Dickinson waits as VAR checks confirmation of the goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. We've seen it once from a long distance. I will be shocked if this is given as a free kick. I really will. I think Dundee United are going to need to come back into the game.
On-field decision confirmed. Kelly have the opening goal. Kilmarnock have the lead. And Dundee United restart the game with just over 15 minutes to play in what's a big match for both teams. But Kilmarnock are in front through Marley Watkins. And we're just about approaching that time where Dundee United so familiarly turn it on in the last 15 minutes of games, and they will need to do so now if they're to get anything from the Scottish Premiership match. They have a throw over on the far side in line with the penalty spot of the box they're attacking, and once again it will be Will Ferry over there to take.
Yeah, I mean, Walton will be extremely disappointed. He really will. He'll not want to head into that changing room at full time if it remains the same. I think he knows deep down himself it's not a free kick.
Ferry slings the ball over, is headed away again, and Kilmarnock will get it clear. Polworth with the touch in the D to take up to Arabayega, who's standing along with Walton in the United half. There's a line of about 7 or 8 still up there as Walton sends the ball forward, headed away by Mayo. Ferry takes over the head of Murray, runs on to his own ball forward. He's up against 2, needs a bit of support. Chevy provides. Holt there too. Vichko Chevy back into the centre circle in the Killie half for Arabayega. He'll take a step forward centrally, hangs the ball up towards the back post where Louis Moult was looking to attack. It looked close from this angle, but Moult knew he wasn't getting on the end of it, and it bounces out for a Kilmarnock goal kick. 75 minutes on the clock at Rugby Park. It's Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 0.
Yeah, he's unlucky there, Arabayega actually. It's a good ball, good idea, well thought out, but it's just the execution, slightly overhit. Louis Moult, I think, appreciated the effort, gave him the thumbs up. As a striker, if you make that movement, yeah, the defender might, or central midfield players might not hit you every time, but as long as they're trying it, you know, it'll encourage you to keep making those runs.
It's on for Anderson, and defended by Gallagher, and out for the Kilmarnock throw. So they'll look to punish Dundee United again, and after scoring from a mistake by Jack Walton in the Dundee United goal, you feel that Kilmarnock will be wanting to put the ball high on top of that 6-yard area once again to test the terror stopper.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think David Watson's got the throw that Will Ferry has. I don't think he can quite reach the goalkeeper, so it's important Kilmarnock from their perspective make the first contact, get it anywhere near the goalkeeper, then just get in and around him.
Watson takes, looking for the flick on the front of the 6-yard box. It's out to Murray, he heads it back in. Dundee United look to defend, a couple up there. Fiorini will try and put it up towards Malt, and now Ferry takes, rolls it forward for Alan Campbell, who's still on, making the start, the new signing through the week. Tried to get the ball forward, claims a handball off Ndaba, I think, but the referee not interested, and David Dickinson allows play to continue. O'Hara has it in the Kelly goal to our left, looking for Watkins. Holt wins, Ferry takes. Chevy in two minds about where to put the pass. He asks hard work from Kevin Holt, who takes a heavy collision from Fraser Murray. The referee looks towards an assistant and signals for the throw, and Ferry's unhappy. He feels there was something in that where his side should have a free kick. Holt was holding his face there for a second. He's a big strong defender, he always goes in bravely to challenge his Holt, but he came off worse than that one with Murray.
Yeah, that was a meaty old challenge, and I don't think Kevin Holt's expecting Fraser Murray to race in at the pace he does. He makes good contact on the ball, Fraser Murray, and they end up colliding. Kevin Holt's not particularly pleased about it, but the throw-in's given, and I have to say I think that's the right decision. I don't think there was a free kick involved in it all, but a bit of a sore one. I think he was a little bit surprised by it more than anything, Kevin Holt.
32-year-old last Saturday, involved in that incident that saw Mohamed Diamande red carded for Rangers, which was then rescinded through the week in their tussle at Tannadice. His defensive partner Declan Gallagher has the ball now. Emmanuel Adebayoga takes it on the far side, and I'm not sure who was looking at it with that pass, but David Watson collects. Polworth now over the halfway line for Kelly, who have three forward. Watkins takes, slides it in towards Anderson, takes it out wide, the shot towards goal. Again, Jack Walton covering the front post, but it was good link-up play from Kilmarnock, and looking to catch Dundee United out as they start to commit a couple more forward. It remains Kelly 1, United 0,
yeah,
78 in the clock.
I think saying this game needed a goal was an understatement, and I think you'll see Dundee United push a few more men forward. Oh, good touch.
Off the back of Dobby. Did well with the battle there with Dees, I think it was, on the far side. And now United have the throw, still in the Kilmarnock half. Holt takes it quickly, Chevy unmarked, turns in space, crosses high towards the back post, and Ndaba there to defend, but he doesn't need to, because Kieran O'Hara comes rushing out into the sky, collects the ball cleanly and falls to the ground, and it remains Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 0, just over 10 to play on BBC Scotland. Tomorrow on Radio Scotland, Off the Ball is on from 12, and Sports Sound starts at 2 p.m. with a choice of listening as managerless Motherwell face Celtic, returning from their Champions League trip against Aston Villa. That's available on BBC Sounds FM and online. And Rangers are at home to Ross County. You'll get full live commentary of that one on digital and 810 medium wave.
I have to say, I really enjoyed listening to Tam and Stewart on Off the Ball with Kyle Vassell, the Kilmarnock captain, this morning. It was a really good listen.
Bit of singing as well.
Yeah, it was good. I have to say, I didn't hear it all because I was out and about, but I'll definitely be on the podcast to listen to the rest of it, because it was good. Really good insight into the club, into the squad, into Derek McInnes. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Man of many talents, the Kelly club captain Kyle Vassell. We could catch the podcast, as Rory says, of Off the Ball as Dundee United look to go in the attack. Alan Campbell was the aim, but Fraser Murray doing a tidy job of sweeping things up. United need to show a bit more here in this final 10 minutes if they're to get an equaliser. But the threat comes from Kilmarnock now as Anderson looks to race onto a ball. It's over the line, out for a throw. Kelly 1, United now. We're 30 seconds away from the final 10. Ferry on the ball. Crossfield pass, cuts it low in the sky for Strain. Adebayoga looks in field. Lewis Fiorini offers. Came on against Rangers last weekend, Fiorini, on loan from Stockport County. Already played at Tannadice in the Scotland under-21s against Kazakhstan, where he scored here at Rugby Park. He wouldn't mind making quite an impact early by getting an equaliser for United in this one. Kilmarnock looking to hold out in the defence on this attack. United are patient. The Tangerines have the ball through Fiorini again. There's a couple more being stripped in the United technical area. Sevey runs onto it, finds Ferry, has to make his way out of the box with two Kelly players doing the defending. Ferry, wicked ball over, the header there is over the crossbar. Can't quite see who that was that got under it. Dalby was making his way into the back post. but in the end I think it's Ryan Strain, and he's getting up from landing in Kieran O'Hara's net, and he's holding the right hip as he moves away. Don't normally see Ryan Strain in that kind of position. He's a smaller figure, Strain.
Yeah, I mean, Will Ferry, I said his conversion rate from crossing tonight's not been great, but that was a beautiful ball in, wraps the instep round it, whip, pace, everything you need from a ball into the box. And I think Dalby's just disappointed he didn't make his voice heard there, because Ryan Strain is underneath it, and it's a much more difficult header, whereas Dalby, I think if Strain leaves it, got an easier header.
No disrespect to Ryan Strain, I'm sure with Sam Dalby's goal tally, even the right back himself would have known that there'd be a good chance of the striker scoring if the ball was to come to him, but that didn't happen, and it remains Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 0. Derek McInnes looking for a vital 3 points after St Johnstone's victory in Paisley earlier. There was a 6-0 win for Hearts in Dundee against the Dens Park side. Hibs 2-0 winners against Aberdeen. It's 1-0 here to Kilmarnock. United have a throw-in in the Kilmarnock half, midway point, but there's a couple of subs being made as Christian Trapanovsky will come on for Alan Campbell, and then to his debut in Tangerine as he still looks to get up to speed with the Scottish Premiership again. And Glenn Middleton will replace Emmanuel Adebayo. So attacking changes again from Jim Goodwin as he looks for his side to find an equaliser, to take something from Rugby Park in this final 8 minutes of the match.
Yeah, he'll go to a back four. It'll be Ferry at left back, Holt left centre back, Declan Gallagher right centre back, and Strain of course at right back. What happens beyond that is yet to be seen, but you know, attacking intent indeed, as you say, from Jim Goodwin.
United have it back in their own half through Declan Gallagher. He'll skip forward, midway point of Kelly's half, tries to pierce the ball through for Middleton. It's heavy. Middleton points out wide, saying that was a better option, and it's wasted as Kilmarnock have a goal kick. And Jim Goodwin is urging his players to press forward a bit more, I think, and just going by the hand actions of him waving his right hand towards the goal United are shooting towards. That is the one that houses the travelling support in Tangerine. Marley Watkins scored in front of his own support, up in front of the Moffat stand from a header in the second half. Jack Walton came out to claim, didn't get anything on the ball. The Killie player won it, and that is the only goal we have inside Rugby Park so far. 83 minutes on the clock. Kilmarnock throw over on the far side inside their own half, and they'll be in no hurry to take this one.
No, they won't, but you know, get 7 minutes plus whatever's added on to do this. Slowing the game down at this point isn't always beneficial.
It's going to go up the line as the aim is into Dundee United's half. It's just in front of their final third. Strain gets the header away. Polworth, now Watson into the sky. Anderson chasing. Holt wins it. His header drops down to Chevy, but he can't find the pass to Strain. Ndaba in a tangle, loses possession. Derek McInnes throws his arms in frustration in the technical area. Forward towards Dalby, terrific touch. But there's Joe Wright once again, getting back to take it off the toes of Sam Dalby. He concedes a corner, but that looked dangerous, so I'm sure he won't mind as Kilmarnock get the chance to reset. Kelly still 1-0 up.
Well, first and foremost, I'm not quite sure who plays the pass. It might have been Fiorini, but what a ball that was. You know, fed just over the left centre back of Robbie Dees. What a touch from Dalby.
Ferry's out swinging corner. Holt heads it in. Kelly can't clear. Holt strikes it. Comes off Declan Gallagher, his fellow defensive partner who was standing in the route to goal. And it will go behind for another Kilmarnock goal kick. Just about approaching the final 5 minutes. Jim Goodwin has gambled, thrown the dice and thrown plenty of attacking players on, but they've still not really tested Kieran O'Hara. They did have that header that come off the crossbar from Sam Dalby from the front post effort. But the important fact is Kilmarnock are 1-0 ahead, moving into that final 5.
Yeah, they are, and you know, Dundee United will probe and they'll try their best to put balls into the box. They are being patient at the moment, but I reckon after another minute or two it'll be a case of maybe even get a centre back up front and just bombard the Kilmarnock box to try and get an equaliser. And they've been experts at it this season later on, and in this fixture as well. It's happened a couple of times for either side, so yeah, I don't think this one's necessarily over yet, Stuart.
The game has slowed down though. It's more in a sense of the game management from Kilmarnock. They're doing the right things from their perspective. They're not in a hurry with the throw-ins, and they've defended their box well still, and they're just looking to test United and any gaps that may appear at the back as they commit players forward with that long ball towards Anderson, Wales, Watkins, who are still there. But Ryan Strain has a throw in the Dundee United half. Launches it forward towards Dalby. He can't find the player in Tangerine with a header, so Strain battles to win it back. There's Watkins getting in the way. Watson now with the header in the midfield. Strain into the sky. Moult looks to try and put right under pressure. Trapanovsky up. And it now falls to Shivai. Ferry. Glenn Middleton on the left wing, running at Murray, looking for crossing space. Ferry behind. He uses the left wing back. Kevin Holt stepping up towards the area. It's opened up for the big defender. He goes down, but David Dickinson doesn't think there was a free kick there, and now Kilmarnock will have the opportunity to counter. They're flooding players forward. The pass now for Bruce Anderson. Now he's on his own. Declan Gallagher goes across to meet. Ferry does well to stand in the way. United support unhappy. What did you feel there, Ronnie? Was there a free kick for Kevin Holt?
Yeah, the Kilmarnock, the Dundee United fans not happy. I think the referee gets it spot on. I really do. I think Kevin Holt overruns it, and I think he makes the contact and jumps into the defender.
Trapanovsky zips one across the face of Kieran O'Hara's 6-yard area. Nobody gets a touch, and it's out for a Kelly throw down to our left, in line with their defending penalty box penalty spot. And now both sets of fans show their frustration to the referee.
Yeah, I mean, considering the the fact that he gave the goal initially, he didn't rule it out and wait for VAR, and there's been a couple of more difficult decisions in this game. I think he's in a really good game, the referee. I really do. Minimal fuss, got big decisions right, and he's not bowed to any kind of pressure there from Kevin Holt, and calls that one right as well, in my opinion.
Holt stabs in front of Watkins. Dalby's there trying to make a nuisance of himself around the penalty area, and Daba clears towards Murray. Did he keep that in play? Yes, says the assistant. Gallagher collects, and now Holt wins the ball up against Watkins. Kilmarnock fans unhappy, but from our angle, Holt sliding in. The players came together, but the left toes of Holt got there first. Shivai heads down for Ferry, has to do a bit of work to collect that. Rolls it in towards Louis Moult. Options on his right. He runs at Polworth. Tries to keep his balance. Good work from David Watson up against Louis Moult. That's a underdog battle there for David Watson, if ever I've seen one, but he came out the strongest. Fiorini into the box, Dalby's header, and then at the last second Kieran O'Hara grabs it before it can get near that goal line. And VAR having a couple of checks. Joe Wright is down in the penalty area for Kilmarnock in doing that defensive work yet again. Jim Goodwin speaks to the fourth official. He's not happy with how long it's taken Kilmarnock to restart the game, but there's 88 minutes on the clock, and Kilmarnock still have that 1-goal lead through the Marley Watkins header.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Joe Wright's down with cramp. He played right centre back for a period of this game, and he's sprinting out every single time O'Hara gets the ball to try and make an option for him. And his defensive work in the box, he's been Kilmarnock's best player by some distance. He's defended his box immensely. His distribution is left a lot to be desired at times, but I think you could point that finger at any player on the pitch this evening. I think he's been a colossus at the back. He's won everything, and as I said, I think he's been Kilmarnock's best player, and probably the best player on the pitch.
Calvin Ramsey looks like he's about to come on for the final minutes of this match to try and see through a home victory. It's out for a Kelly throw just inside the United half. And now the sub will be made, and the player coming off will be the goal scorer, Marley Watkins. A second change is Liam Donnelly coming on to replace David Watson. Donnelly still in the stand with the GPS tracking vest on. He's now putting the blue and white stripes of Kilmarnock over the head now, and he'll be an option in alongside Polworth to just try and see things through for Derek McInnes. David Watson's played a big part in the game defensively too, I feel, Rory. I feel like as a commentator you remember the names you mention a lot, and he's certainly one for the midfield that's helped out the defence. Yeah, he's a traditional box-to-box midfield player. You don't get many of them these days, capable of scoring a goal but just as effective defensively. Normally these days you get one who's either a natural forward-thinking midfielder or one who's a more defensive-thinking midfielder, whereas David Watson fits the mould of both. 5 additional minutes indicated by the fourth official. 5 minutes left for Kilmarnock to hold on. 5 minutes left for Dundee United to try and get an equaliser. Here's Bruce Anderson up against Gallagher. It drops and Gallagher blocks again. Incredible defending. That was dangerous because Bruce Anderson, as he so often does, just sneaked in behind the defence, and that was almost a big moment to seal the 3 points for Derek McInnes and his side.
Yeah, he takes a really good touch across Declan Gallagher, but credit to Declan Gallagher. He's big, he's strong, and he nudges Bruce Anderson off the ball. It falls to Bobby Wales, his shot's blocked. So yeah, Kilmarnock after a second goal there, but good defending from Gallagher.
Kilmarnock have the ball in that top right corner area. They've still got possession. They've worked it back into the midway point of Dundee United's half. Here's Murray back out wide, looking for Ndaba. Uses Murray again, left-footed, teases the ball in. Gallagher's there, tries to play the pass out, but instead it's taken by Kilmarnock again. Byline, cut back, Gallagher there once more. Fiorini for Dundee United, charged down by Ndaba. United throw deep in their own half. Inside that first minute of stoppage time, United throw it back to Jack Walton. Jim Goodwin said he didn't want the players getting too down on themselves after the defeat to Rangers last Sunday, but they don't want another defeat here. Ferry finds Moult, the touch off for Glenn Middleton. Oh, he opens up the foot and puts it off target. Dalby was coming in the 6-yard area. Middleton just stands and stares at the space that he struck the ball towards. There's disbelief from the United support in the stand that didn't hit the back of the net. An attacking player like Glenn Middleton, you feel he's got to be testing O'Hara there, or you feel he's got to be putting that in the back of the net, Rory Lloyd.
It's a really good touch from Moult, and it puts, albeit at an angle, it puts Middleton in a really good position. I think personally he's trying to find the corner of the net. He clearly doesn't catch it well at all. It was right across the 6-yard box, and for much to Kilmarnock's relief, out the other side. But Glenn Middleton's looking up saying, why was no one there for a tap in? I don't think he meant to do that. I think he meant to try and find the corner, and Jim Goodwin cuts a frustrated figure down there.
He only has one goal this season, Middleton. That was against St Johnstone in the league. He's been consistent for United this season, but he will be replaying that moment in his mind if United don't get a late goal here. We're approaching 93 on the clock. United have a long throw in line with the Kilmarnock penalty area. David Dickinson isn't happy with the jostling between Kevin Holt and Joe Wright in the box. Ferry launches the ball in. It's Wright who wins it. He's holding the back of his right leg. Gallagher gets the touch, and he puts that over the touchline for another Kilmarnock goal kick. More cramped for Joe Wright, and as 93 minutes passes on the clock, the scoreboard shows inside Rugby Park, Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 0.
Cramp is a horrible thing, Stuart. We've all been there where we've cramped up and seized up, and it's just a horrible feeling. I don't know how Joe Wright's getting up and running back in, because it's happening time and time again. He just needs to be careful though with so little time to play, because if the muscle is that tired, I just wonder whether it's worth Derek McInnes making the sub. But it's a horrible time in the game to do it, and he's been your best defender by a country mile.
A minute and a half left for Jim Goodwin and Dundee United. Remember, Sports Scene 7:15 that started, so you can still watch that one when we finish here at Rugby Park for the Scottish Premiership highlights. Dalby heads down just inside the Kilmarnock half. Strain has it. Shivai chinks away from Polworth, the diagonal, looking to find Glenn Middleton. Takes the touch with the right foot, juggles off the thigh, ball goes over the line. It's out for a throw-in, but which way will it be awarded? The assistant gives it to United. Is there a final chance inside the last minute of added on time for the Tangerines? They're so accustomed to scoring late goals this season. Can they find one here? Ferry's throw. The header on from Gallagher. The touch off a Kilmarnock head. It's a late corner. Jack Walton stepped up towards the centre circle. He has a look towards the technical area. Ryan Strain is looking for a ball to take the corner.
The quality's key here. It really is. It's not been there all day.
There's some pushing going on the box, so that will delay the United corner. David Dickinson goes in to sort it out. No surprise, it's Kevin Holt again. And guess who the other culprit is? It's Joe Wright. Looking to get the mental edge over each other for this corner kick. It's the Australian international, Strain to take down to the bottom left corner. will be right-footed. Dipping in, comes out to the edge of the box. Trapanovsky has it, opens up to the right foot, charged down. Cheer from the Kilmarnock supporters. Bruce Anderson runs onto it. Trapanovsky steps in. Did the ball go out to play? Yes, it did. And the award is a Kilmarnock throw. But David Dickinson has his right hand in the air. He's pausing the restart. VAR potentially checking for a penalty, we hear. Handball is what is being checked. Derek McInnes has just put the hands on top of his head and slid them down the back of his neck as he looks towards the home support in the stand.
I certainly didn't see anything, Stuart. I don't know about yourself, but it seemed to come in. A couple of players challenged for it. It was cleared. So, I can't pass comment on whether I think it was a handball or not, because I didn't see any infringement.
The penalty box was packed, as it has been in both areas this afternoon, or this evening, sorry. But potentially Trapanovsky's shot when it was charged down is the only thing I could maybe think of at the edge of the box. But this is a lengthy check as David Dickinson stands in that midfield area between both teams. Kilmarnock's Liam Polworth asking the question. Dundee United wait nervously. They want this to be a penalty. Kilmarnock don't.
It's one of those ones, Stuart, where the longer it goes on, the more Jim Goodwin's thinking, well, it could go our way.
The check over and the full-time whistle blown. Kilmarnock pick up the 3 points, and what a vital 3 points it is. They knew coming into this one that St Johnstone were victorious in Paisley, but the move sends them up to 9th in the Premiership table, away from 11th where they started, on to 28 points, and they're now only 3 behind 6th place Motherwell, who are on 31. It's a big win for Derek McInnes and Kilmarnock. They've only lost 1 in 6 here in the league before tonight's game, and now they can add to strong home form. The Kilmarnock manager said this was the time for big performances in the business end of the season. They still have aspirations of making the top 6 after European football at the start of this campaign. A big win for Kilmarnock and Derek McInnes. Marley Watkins, the goal scorer, with a header. Jack Walton, the Dundee United goalkeeper, come out to challenge, didn't get anywhere near the ball, and Watkins claimed another goal in the Premiership this season, his 4th in the campaign. Sam Dalby struck the crossbar with a header for United, and Glenn Middleton really should have scored inside stoppage time as he flashed the ball across the face of goal. Dundee United, now only 1 win and 5 for them, but Kilmarnock, they heard Derek McInnes' call. This is the time to perform, and they pick up 3 points. Full time at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 1, Dundee United 0.
Football.